Hello? Hello. Right, I took a bit longer setting up because this is different. This is going to be different. This might be like the pilot, I guess. I obviously own a lot of games. I'm thinking I might do one of these for every system I own. And if I can figure out how to get appropriate people on board, then maybe we can do like a two-player one. But let me just get to the right screen. Things are happening, I think. Oh, my chat just kind of ended. Oh, wait, I'm still in. Oh, hang on. Oops. There we go. I meant to go out of studio mode while I was messing around. Hello, hello. Okay, so we have a few people here. I wasn't sure whether to start straight away or just kind of do something different for 5 minutes, see if we can't rally some more people. Yeah, so I have a big old stack of games over there, and I did the math earlier, and I wrote it down somewhere, and I've now forgotten where I put the paper. But I believe I have 78 PS1 games, if we're just counting like physical discs. And oh, hello, Mr. Uncharted Raider is here. Is that you? Yes, I've been speaking to you today. Hello. Yeah. So, so 2 people recently who have commissioned me for logos are here. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's something else I should mention. The little logos, like the one underneath, if you want like a logo in the style of a game, then you need to find me on social media and hit me up, because I can make them for you. That's something I'm going to be doing for a while. Right, so all of this is going to be mostly unnecessary. This is just for the opening. The lighting is kind of harsh because I'm not really going to be on camera very much today. Because if I just mess around with my setup a little bit more by going here and switching the light on, hello, look at that. So this is where we're going to be today. Hopefully everything is clear and you can hear me and everything is good. The blue is taken over. Well, it's not going to be taken over because, like I said, it's mostly not necessary. I might turn that off now. It's made no difference to this camera angle. Yeah, so we got my God, we got 17 people here. I'm going to pause my preview of the stream because I feel like that's completely pointless to me. Doing this on the fly. Like I said, it's a bit of a pilot stream. I might do one of these again in the future with appropriate people. I know we've got Mr. Goblin Bricks in the chat and he likes PS3, so maybe when it comes time to doing PS3, maybe I'll get him on board. But yes, so numbers wise, I've got about 78 discs. Hand reveal stream. That's me. I've got old looking hands because my skin is messed up. Yeah, so oh, and I've realized I've got chat over there too. Over, where are we? We're there. Like that's as good as we're getting in terms of chat. I wanted a nice clean sort of layout. Yeah, got 78 PS1 games, I think, and then I've got a stack of demos, and I've got a few assorted ones in a case that you know, we'll just basically, I'm just going to go through all of my games and just sort of talk, and then if anybody else has got some I don't know, memories or anything like that you want to share or talk about, we'll just kind of do what we got to do, I guess. I'm kind of here for a while. I've delayed the stream by 2 hours because my neighbors were being really noisy today. But yeah, before I start, let's read out some names. We've got a bunch of people here today. Is there a way for me to just look at participants? There we go. We got Brant here. We got DJ Digby, Dylan J, Fetuska. I'm sorry, these are names I've never read before. FL Balloon Boy, Frost Boy, aka Tate, Goblin Bricks, Marty McFly, Mikey Moo UK, Mr. Patriot. There's someone called Petronius here. I don't know who that is. Ridge Racer, Subtoad P2, Will Walk Burr. I should know how to say that by now. And Yemlin. Hello. We've got lots of people here today. So yeah, the plan is to just kind of crack on with it, I guess. There's a lot. Do I own Gex? Well, this is the thing. We are going to get to many, many games, and I may or may not be talking about Gex when I get to them. I did. I'm sure I said Yemlin. Don't worry. Yemlin_locks. There we go. But anywho, so I'm going to start off with the demo discs and various games that I have in cases that I don't don't have too much attachment to, because of course demos are the thing that you try before you get to the real game. So, was Sly Cooper PS1 or PS2? That was PS2. I don't own any Sly Cooper games physically except for Sly 4 on the PS3. So anywho, let me just. This is going to be quite a lot of lifting and moving around. I can also take my headphones out now because I've got no music playing and it frees me up to walk across the room and grab stuff. So, here we are. Demos are goated. Demos are really cool. We don't get them as often. Well, we kind of get them these days. We kind of get them more often these days, but not as often, and they're usually not as meaty. Let me move this light a bit now that we're kind of doing the old game stuff. So I've got to try and get things so that you can see it, but it's not too bright, and I'm going to try and avoid too much glare. That's why I've got the light at a slight angle. Okay. All right then, so we'll just quickly go through the demo discs. I've shown these on stream before, but you know, I'm not really super attached to these. Although I will say this particular demo disc here is going to be featured in a video of mine at some point because it's got Rayman on it. So yeah, we've got Rayman Rush, Alfred Chicken, Metal Gear Solid. I have no idea what this is. Some kind of grungy rubbish bin type thing. Remember when we used to get them in McDonald's? Yeah, there's one in here somewhere. There's one in them to this day. That's the only way I've played a physical copy of Ape Escape. Speed Freaks, that's another one. I've, you know, may or may not be speaking about that. I got to hold my tongue a little bit. But yeah, look at these. They're just cool. They're like remnants of my, for some reason I felt like putting my name on in a label there. Back when I used to go by Peter. Firebugs. Some of these I didn't play. It's got Spider-Man 2 on this one. Yeah, the demo discs were unique with the art. They were just a cool little thing. And they were uniform as well. Like each one, you'd open it up and you could see the contents there. It was nice. Nice little things. Oh, PS2 demo is snuck in here. Get out of here. That's for another day, I guess. Yeah, and then like towards the end of the PS1, yeah, Peter, like the Griffin. Yeah, I'm sure there's another Peter, but that's the one that people normally shout at me. Peteronius, yeah. Yeah, some of these, I remember this one, they kind of compiled a bunch of like superhero-esque games because this was towards the end of the PS1 life cycle, so they just kind of did whatever they could to slap a demo disc on. Yeah, I've got a bunch of these magazines knocking around too. Jedi Power Battles, didn't they remaster that recently? Sorry if I'm like not great at keeping up with the chat. This is probably the most I've been able to see the chat during a stream because it's right there for me, and it's going quite quick. We've got a lot of people here, so you guys had McDonald's demos. It was Pizza Hut when so you must be from the US. I've heard people talk about Pizza Hut demos before. Yeah, we got them in McDonald's. I think there was 4 of them, and I only got one because I didn't really have McDonald's as a kid. It wasn't really something I went to, but man, when they started putting PS1 demo discs in McDonald's, you know I wanted to go and get one of those. Demo Future 93. I have no idea what's on this. That's one that like maybe we could do a demo stream. This is just some random CD case. People in America, you've obviously seen it before because the internet exists, but our PS1 cases are ginormous, so if you ever break a PS1 case over here, it's a real pain to get it like fixed or replaced. Don't know what this is. There's a few of these where I clearly just lost them. All right, people doxing themselves. Someone from Nottingham. Okay, yeah, so we got more UK people here. Oh, Toy Story 2, what an absolute great game. I wonder if I own that one. Oh, and there it is. There it is. Can I do the old camera zoom? Oh, there it is. Look at that, McDonald's. Yeah, this has got Ape Escape on it and some other stuff that's not Ape Escape. That was like the main thing I played. I haven't done a video on Ape Escape yet, but I have already got footage from this demo version of Ape Escape because the hub level is like different. So yeah, that's all of my kind of mostly assorted demo discs. I got a couple of other one. What's this? Toy Story 2. You had it on PC. Yeah, I only found out that had a PC version about maybe a year ago. I think it was Brant who's here in the chat. I think he told me he played it on PC. Was it in one of my streams, I think? Yeah. What was this? Shame the McDonald's full game sucked. What? Surely this can't be a real thing unless we're talking about that McDonald's DS game for training people. Oh, is it just out of frame? No. Oh well, the chat's over there. Oh, and of course, I don't think he's in the chat, but Pause Break. He is a fellow connoisseur of this one. This is demo 1. This is like a really famous demo for the PS1, and this had some absolute great demos on here. You got Crash 3, Gran Turismo, Medieval, Cooler World. Cooler World is, I believe it's called Rollaway in America. You play as a beach ball and you just kind of go around puzzles and doing 3D puzzles and stuff. Spyro, Tekken 3, Tombi. To this day, this is the only way I've played Tombi until that digital re-release. And Tomb Raider 3, and then you got a video of Metal Gear Solid and Spice World. Balloon Boy. Oh, is that on here? Where's Balloon Boy? One of these definitely had. That's the one where you play as that guy going around and saving babies, isn't it, or something? Is that the pack-in game that came with the PS1? I believe so. When we got our PS1, that was a little bit before me. Well, it wasn't before me, but I was very young. But I definitely remember playing this demo, and I obviously kept it's even got the original sellotape on it from when we first opened it, and it's all yellowed out. But yeah, this is a great demo, and the menu for this, it's all ocean creatures swimming around, and you can zoom the camera out. Really good demo. Yeah, so I don't know how long, 15 minutes, it's maybe 3 minutes worth of start screen. So yeah, I said I wasn't going to talk about demos for too long, but let's get another one. I have no idea what this is. This used to contain a game. Oh no, it's 2 more demos. Winter release is 98, and I think this one... Yeah, this is what I was on about earlier. The official PlayStation magazine, when there was no more PS1 games, they just compiled a bunch of old demos. So this was a bunch of fighting games, and they kind of made it look like it was a give blood kind of thing. I think it was actually to help promote people going and donating blood. But yeah, probably didn't play much of this demo disc because I don't do fighting games. Dermot the Frog, Mr. Goblin sent me. Well, that's good. That's good. There's a bit of synergy between us. That's good. I've noticed people popping up. What was this? Will saying, Tombi is the biggest thing missing from a PS1 collection. One of your favourite games, you can't ever justify that price. Yeah, so years ago, I went to a retro game store. So, spoiler alert, by the way, I don't own a physical copy of Tombi. Yeah, I went to a retro store when I was in my teens. And I told the guy behind the counter I was looking for a copy of Tombi, and he kind of looked at me dismissively, and then when I told him how much I was willing to spend, he just laughed at me and said, good luck, you're never going to find one for that price. Yeah. Yeah, Tombi's just... I bought it recently when it was on sale through that HD... No, it's not even HD, it was just a crappy port, but it was only £4. Anyway, next up we have The Binder. This has got a few... random games. I can never remember what's in here except for one of them, which we'll get to. Yeah, I think one of these... Oh, there we go. This is the manual for Hogs of War, which is in here somewhere. I never had the case for this game. Somebody gave it to me loose with the manual. Oh, we've got a PS2 demo disc in here too. That's also another one that's going to be forbidden. Has anyone played Hogs of War? Oh boy, if I have Klonoa, someone's gonna cry. Yeah, I think I made somebody cry the other week telling them there was a remake they didn't know about. Was that you? I can't remember who that was. Look at this logo as well. It's properly embroidered. Let's use the manual zooming controls. Ooh, it's properly embroidered. It's great. It's like a 3D logo and everything. Let's get it back to where we were. Something like Klonoa. Yes, Klonoa is like a platformer game with a little rabbit, and it's stupidly expensive. You had a console bag like this, Goblin. I've got a memory card bag, but I think it's got the game branding on it, so I don't like it very much. Anywho, what we got in here? This shouldn't take too long, because a lot of these games I'm not attached to. Here we go, yeah, sports stuff. So we got Formula 1, you know, the F1 racing stuff. Not my bag. The Klonoa remakes are cheap. They're £12 in CEX. I got mine for pretty cheap. I didn't buy it at launch. Somebody asked about Klonoa a couple streams ago. Yeah, oh, here we go. There's another PS1 classic, Oddworld. This copy of Oddworld, I played through a lot of the game, but any FMV sequence just does not work. This disc has been beaten alive. So a bunch of these games, the reason why they're loose is because they came from one of my neighbors. When I was younger, we had this guy that lived over the street. Here we go, story time with Petronius. This guy lived over the street, and he just kind of came over and gave us a bunch of PS1 games. And I've since found out it was basically he was trying to get into the good books of my dad, because my dad was quite handy and had tools, and he needed my dad's help with something, and my dad didn't like him very much, and yeah, so he just gave us a bunch of random PS1 games. So yeah, Oddworld was one of them. I played that quite a bit. It's a good game. Very difficult though. Asteroids, I don't know. I think it's an arcade game. Galarians. This is one I've heard people talk about. I think it's like a reverse psychological horror game where you play as the monster, air quote monster. You play as like some woman with psychic powers or something. But it turns out this is a multi-disc game, and I've only got the first one, and I was a kid and I didn't really know how to play games like this. So yeah, weird. Mikey Moo, you're 37. This all rings true. You're ancient. You're 37. I'm 33. So we're not that far off. We're all kind of within that bracket of feeling ancient. You haven't seen a disc sleeve like this in ages. Yeah, they're cool. I've seen other people with these. I'm trying to think who it was. There was someone fairly big on YouTube. I think it was Rosie Caddick. She posted a picture on Instagram or something, and it had this, and I was like, hey, I've got one of those. Oh, there it is, Hogs of War. So has anyone actually played this, Hogs of War? It's basically Worms 3D before Worms 3D existed. And there's a remake coming out. I think it's called Rescorched or something. There's like a remake coming out. But yeah. You're 30 tomorrow, Goblin. I knew your birthday was soon. I didn't realise it was that soon. Whoops. Oh, man. Well, depends how long this goes on for. I could say happy birthday to you at the end. Can I assure Goblin being 30 isn't that bad, please? Yeah, I don't like lying, so yeah. I don't know. I feel the same. It's different for me. I have a very physically demanding job, so yeah. Yeah, Hogs of War. Anyway, this was... I don't think this was given to me by that guy that lived over the street, though. That was by a friend, I think. So this is some kind of football or soccer game. The only thing I've ever used this disc for was to be a stuntman for my copy of Spyro 3, because years ago, it's not available to watch anymore right now, but I did a video on Spyro 3 where I threw the disc at the wall, and of course I didn't want to throw my copy of Spyro 3, so I just turned this disc around and threw this across the room. So I have no idea if this works. I don't care. It's some random football game. You think the 30s are supposed to be the best part of your life, or so you hear? I mean, the thing is with me, I don't know, I guess I work somewhere where there's, I work in a place where there's people of all sorts of different ages, so pretty much anybody over the age of, like, 27, like, you're kind of in the I'll talk to you club. Anyone below that, you're like a 12-year-old, and you're just like, I don't want to talk to you. But everyone here is welcome, of course, because we've all got a shared interest. But when you're in a workplace and there's like people talking about any old crap, it's like, I don't know. Oh, Doom, here's a classic one. I was slightly scared of this as a child. I think the disc is a bit scratched, yeah. I didn't play much of it because back then I did find it kind of scary. It was more the sounds than the visuals, yeah. Did I ever review Enter the Dragonfly? No, I haven't finished it yet. I was playing that on stream and I never got around to finishing it, so that might be something I carry on streaming. Oh, we got another PS2 demo in here. Oh no. Get out of here. Oh, Gran Turismo. Cool. I think on one of my streams, I said I was going to try this and I never got around to it. I've never played Gran Turismo, and I keep forgetting I have a copy because it's in here. PS1 Doom is rare. It's one of those long box PS1 games. I don't even know if we got long box PS1 games over here, because over here they had to accommodate for multiple languages because it was in Europe. So all of our, that's why, and Americans don't, like, they often forget, like, you know, why are our cases so enormous? It's because our manuals have to accommodate for like 6 different languages. Driver, classic. I think I do actually have a proper copy of this, so I think this is like a double dip kind of game. It was okay, but I remember the tutorial being stupidly difficult. But we'll get back to that. Oh, this is a mouthful of a game. Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. I played this quite a bit back in the day. I haven't played it for a very long time. That might be one I have to stream to remind myself. But yeah, it's a kart racing game where you play through Disney World or something. I don't remember much. Oh, Brent, you've never thought about that before. Oh, why our PS1 games are so thick? Yeah. It's because every manual has got like 3 languages printed in it, minimum. So, yeah, our Crash Bandicoot 3 manual is fucking massive. It's huge. Pause break! You're here! I mentioned you earlier because of this. Haha! I've already spoken about the demos, but yeah, I mentioned you earlier because you're like a fellow connoisseur of excellence. So, yeah, there we go. He made it. We summoned him. Double box is what Crash 1 came in. Okay, I don't think we got cases like that over here. We just got extra thick and tasty cases. We didn't get who is this? This is not the Lara I know. Yeah, Brian Lara Cricket. I've probably never put this in any of my consoles ever because I just have no interest in it. Can you see the front again? You can if you want to, my friend. You can if you want to. I can even do... I'm using a camera with a manual zoom, so I can even do a bit of this. Oh, yeah, get in there. Yeah, I think I can even refocus it too if I just... Yeah. There it is. And I flipped it over earlier and went through the list of games that are on the back. And it's, as you know, it's an excellent demo. There's just like a bit of everything that you could possibly want on there. It's a really good demo. But this must have been in the later. Hey, that is okay. Well, no. I think you'll find this is my one. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, okay. So they've got serial numbers, right? I didn't even think of that. Yeah. So I don't know where this came from. Was this packed in with a console, or did this come from a magazine? Exactly, Goblin. This is what I was thinking earlier. When I set this stream up, I was thinking, Christ, I'm doing a whole stream about physical media for PlayStation. Like this whole stream is going to be irrelevant in like the next console generation. It's crazy. Don't mind me. I'm going to keep drinking throughout the stream because it's thirsty. You think you got yours with the PS1? Okay, because I've never actually known how we got this. Although we had the big chunky PS1, and then later on I got the slim PS1. So maybe this came with the slim PS1. Next year, all of this will go to shit. It's about 1.5 years away. It's 2028. They're going to stop doing it. Yeah, it sucks. I obviously have an attachment to physical media, so it kind of sucks that that's going away. Sony doing some bizarre stuff. The biggest manual has got to be Theme Park World. I played that. I don't think I have... It's not in here, and I don't think I have a case of it. Yeah, I've played that somewhere. But yeah, there's like 15 demo 1 discs, so tracking them via serial number or date range is wise. Yeah, because I found out years ago that America has their own version of demo 1, and it's got a totally different menu, and it's like got different games on it. You know, I just kept thinking that's not mine. Anywho, let's put all these things back in here. But yeah, what a great little binder. Like, it's really high quality too. I'm desperately trying not to damage it now I've said that, but I think if I do it that way, that will probably be the best way to do it. It genuinely sucks. You like buying physical. Yeah, I think this stream is going to be proof that I like it too. Although, I will preface this by saying, I'd say like 90% of the games that we're going to look at today, I already had. There's probably about 10 to 15% of this sort of collection, if you will, that I've bought myself over the last like 10 years. I don't really buy PS1 games that much. I emulate them these days, but they're cool. They're cool, and I like this. I've wanted to do a stream like this for ages, so, you know, it's kind of perfect for it. Anywho, let's put the demos away. I don't know where to put them. I'm kind of running out of space here. I don't want to put them somewhere I'm actually accidentally gonna stomp on them, because, you know, they're all kind of delicate cases. Right. Yeah, and because I'm not wearing my headphones, I know there's no music either. There's thought to this, guys. Like, you notice how I've put the chat over here, and I've got a like. I'm thinking like I could make shorts. Like, I'm kind of thinking these things ahead of time. But yeah, PS1 has some of the coolest cases. Yeah, box art as well. There's like really iconic box art. I mean, we still get cool box art today, but this is all like memory stuff. Right, I'll have another swig of my drink, and then I'm gonna get the stack. I've kind of put them in letters, so Sega Mega Drive boxes. Yeah, they're like indestructible, aren't they? They're like hard plastic. Right, I'm doing this in the dark as well, by the way, so it's a bit iffy. Here we go. I'm gonna try not to reveal what the games are too much. I'll put them over here. Try to keep them out of frame so that each one's a surprise. Have I got any good games? No, unfortunately not. I don't have, like, out of the 78 games I'm about to show you, none of them are good. Yeah, they're all trash. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah. No, this is, as I say, most of this is my I'm gonna go through my thoughts on each game as we go. But I'd say it's a surprise to nobody that I like Spyro. In fact, here we go. Here, before another segue. Anyone remember these? These came with a cereal, breakfast cereal. So this was like a little Spyro that you can hang off of the edge of a shelf. And this was a Crash Bandicoot like thing that you can like balance him. Yeah, Nestle. I think I got these with Nesquik or something like that. Yeah, this was like a promotion where you could get either Crash Bandicoot or Lara Croft, and I was so happy I got Crash Bandicoot. Show them the Spyro. Yeah, so Goblin got me a Spyro controller holder. Where the hell is that? Hang on then, let's go. It's a bit of a funny camera angle, but I can always go back to the other camera because we got this one. The lighting is crazy because everything's pointing at the desk, but ta-da! He holds controllers sometimes, but he isn't at the moment. Where's my button? Yeah. Yeah, you bought me a few things over the years. Yeah, Pete jump scare. I'm in the dark. Cereal toys. Yeah, they don't like putting nice things in cereals anymore because they don't want kids eating sugary stuff. And here I am, 33-year-old man. I still eat like chocolate cereal most mornings. Anywho. Oh, branded memory cards. Oh, that's something I could have grabbed. I've got... No, I never thought that far ahead. I have a few, like, assorted memory cards. None of mine are branded, though. I mean, a memory card's a memory card at the end of the day. Anywho, oh, there's a dog barking. I'm going to shut my window and die in the heat. 1 second. Yeah. Hopefully that thing stops barking soon so I can... Isn't the Lara Croft memory card the one where she looks like she's scared or traumatized or something? Is it because, like, her whole lower half has been chopped off or something? But anyway, let's put these little guys over here. So I'm going to start off with numbers. I've got 2 games with numbers. And the lowest number would be 40 Winks. Anybody played this? Whoa, my chat just exploded. Yeah, so I can zoom in for this now, I guess, because we're talking about the games. But yeah, I never finished this. This is a 3D platformer. There's not so much emphasis on platforming, but you explore dream worlds, and you can play as either the boy or the girl. And it's one of these weird games where it almost came out on N64, but it didn't. At the last minute, they like cancelled the N64 version. Better than Mario. Yeah, it had that thing on in the promo, move over Mario, and this was going to be like the Mario 64 killer, and it got it got a full review. The full game got played by somebody at Nintendo Magazine, the whole thing, and it got cancelled because they released this version first, and then they based their future projection sales on this. And it's like, guys, if you were going to release this game anywhere first, you should have put it on N64. But yeah, I like what I've played. I've probably got about halfway through this game when I was a kid. I saw the later half through cheats, but I was really young when we had this, and I couldn't get to the end of the game. I also remember that man there is voiced by someone called Mark Silk, and he has like a really great voice. He voiced like the head minion in Overlord on the Xbox 360, and he does the 2 Point Hospital games. He's like the narrator, so he's got a really standout voice. But yeah, I remember him. And the FMV sequences in this game are freaking great as well. They're like super high budget FMVs. It's just the resolution's really low. But yeah, this is a cool game. And I don't know how I'm going to go about doing this now. He voiced Gex's butler in Gex 3. Do I have Gex 3? Have I played Gex 3? Time will tell. Right, I don't know where to put this, where it's not going to be in frame, but also I need to kind of flip things over so that they stay in alphabetical order so I don't have to rearrange my whole shelf later. Oh yeah, from Eurocom, the people that made Crash Bash. They made something else that I think they made the Tarzan game as well, which, wonder if I've got that one. Yeah, Eurocom Entertainment Software. That's Crash Bash is probably the biggest game that they made, though, I guess. That's the one everybody knows. What else we got on here? Fight as a ninja, transform into a robot or a monster. Yeah, single-player game. Oh, it's analog support. That's cool. Yeah, I remember liking it. At one point, I tried to make a 3D sculpture of that house because it just looks really cool, you know? It's not in the front of the case, but yeah, it's just a cool-looking thing. You've just searched up Mark Silk, and he's in a lot of Bob the Builder. He's also voiced Johnny Bravo as well. He's done all sorts. He's done loads, and I've heard him on like TV adverts and radio adverts over here before, and every time he speaks, I'm like, I know that voice. He's got a damn good voice. You had to dig into the demo disc as a kid. The nostalgia bomb you just experienced right now. Powerline demo disc from 1999 with Wipeout and Ridge Racer Type 4 on it. Music track on it was called SP. That's cool. I've got a folder full of all the demo disc music, the UK demo disc music. Don't worry about rambling. That is like half of the reason I'm doing this. You're talking to somebody that's going to sit here. I've rambled about one game for like 5 minutes now, so I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I've got a folder of PS2 demo disc music too. It's all good stuff. Also, how is the stream looking and sounding? Is it okay? Because my preview of it, I've paused it because it's kind of distracting seeing myself. I guess I could unpause it and mute it and see what... Yeah, I can see my hands. It's all good. We're all good. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, this is good. I wanted a nice clean interface for this. I like the chat being there just in case there's a glitch with the chat replay. Then it's still there within the video. But yeah. So here we go. Next one. This one begins with a number. This was one of the first games I bought with money from people that have given me money through Patreon. And I still haven't got around to making that video. But it is 102 Dalmatians. This is something I played at a childminder's house when I was a kid. Whoa, I've just realised the delay on this stream is like really low. I'm kind of impressed by that. But yeah, I played this at a childminder's house as a kid, and I liked it quite a lot, and I just never got around to buying it myself. And I found a copy on eBay for maybe £3, £4. It's not expensive. Haven't finished it yet though, but I'd like to. Oh, it's made by Crystal Dynamics. Okay, so this is by the Gex guys, the Gex and Tomb Raider guys. Cruella looks like Michael Jackson eating a tin can. Yeah, let's zoom in on her. Whoa, yeah. She's, I don't know, she's enjoying watching dogs run away from her, I guess. This game rules. Yeah, from what I played, because I played it quite a bit back then, and it was good. I liked it, and that's why I had to try and, like, hunt it down and find myself a copy. And the thought there was that, you know, one day I might do, like, a collection of videos on all of these Disney Interactive tie-in games. And yeah, this is one of them. I think I've got a few more I need to buy. Atlantis, I played the demo for that on the stream recently. I've never owned that. Cruella's doing the Cortex Warp Rune thing. Exactly, yeah. Fetch me crystals, Crash. Yeah. What have we got? Oh, I should probably look at the manuals as I go too. You know what? We'll go back to, just in case this stream wasn't gonna like be long enough already. Is there anything worth looking at? Is it a color manual or not? Oh, it is. Look at that. It's got like a proper like color screenshots and everything. Wowie. Some of them are like black and white. They're kind of boring. Yeah. What we got here? As Oddball or Domino, it is up to you to rescue your captured puppy friends from the evil clutches of Cruella de Vil and her army of pet-napping toys. Pet-napping toys? Okay, I don't remember the toys being the... Atlantis doesn't exist. Okay, well there we go then. I don't need to buy that game. Hideki, you said, funny thing about this game, despite Crystal Dynamics being credited as the developers, this game is actually developed by Toys for Bob? What? I wonder if that's in the manual. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. I bought it off eBay. It doesn't have a manual. We'll never know. Really? That's interesting, though. Okay. Can we all forget PlayStation Classic exists? That tiny little one that with the USB controllers. I so regret not buying one of them when they went cheap. They went... I saw one for £15 once, and I thought, no, I'm not buying it. I wish I did, just because you could mod it, and it would be like a cool little thing. Yeah. You remember the marketing for this game mentioned that the pup, Domino, is voiced by Frankie Muniz of Malcolm in the Middle. Really? I guess because 102 Dalmatians, that would be like a directed VHS tape sequel, wouldn't it? I've seen the original, like 101 Dalmatians. It wouldn't surprise me if that was his voice, though, because he was, he was really big back then. But yeah, I remember liking this. I remember you could switch between the two dogs by pressing select, and the screen would flip, and you could roll around like Sonic the Hedgehog really quickly. I don't remember a fat lot about it. I do remember going into like a toy store level though. But yeah, I never finished it. It's definitely one I would play and make a video on if I had the time. But there we go. Okay, next up, we're out of numbers. We're done with the number games now, so we're starting with A. Any guesses? Take a guess. The first game I have that begins with A, assuming I've got my alphabet correctly. Yeah, I have. I've got two games that begin with the letter A. So take a guess. I'm going to have a drink, and we can just admire this Crash Bandicoot while I do that. Hello, Jamie Watts 333. Hello. Every PS1 game I own, I'm going to be talking about it. Armored Core, not a bad guess. The name 102 Dalmatians is based on the second live-action movie with Glenn Close as Cruella de Vil. What? There was a live-action one? Actually, it kind of rings a bell, but I would never have watched it. It's funny they use the name as a tie-in despite the game's art style. That's weird. Among Us for PS1. How did you guess? Damn it! Oh, I might as well just end the stream if everybody's gonna guess it straight away. No. Anyway, enough suspense. It is Apocalypse. So I bought. This is one of the PS1 games I've bought within the last few years. People probably know, but if you don't, this was Neversoft's game that they made before Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And so the engine that was built for this game is what they used to make Pro Skater and the Spider-Man games. So it's, I don't think it's officially called the Apocalypse engine, but yeah, it's the Apocalypse engine. And unlike a lot of my PS1 games that I've bought over the last few years, I have actually played all the way through this one, and it's not bad. It's a twin-stick shooter where you play as Bruce Willis, and there's just a bunch of crazy shit. The story makes no sense whatsoever. Because originally, I think they intended for Bruce Willis to be a secondary character, and then they realized towards the end of development that why would they spend so much money on getting Bruce Willis to be in the game and you not play as him? So they had to rework all of his dialogue and all of the motion capture that he'd done. And so the story doesn't make any sense, but it's a fun game. It's good. You can use, I believe you can use the right stick to do all the shooting while you run with the left stick. The music's fun. The graphics are pretty good. Like, it's It's solid. It didn't cost me very much, and it's not. It's not, well, I was gonna say nobody would write an essay about it, but if I made a video, I literally would. Um, yeah, not a bad game. Pretty good. I would probably play it again someday. It's really short too. There we go. Yeah, especially from the Neversoft pre Tony Hawk. Yeah, they've gotten a logo. Where's their? Oh, you can't really see it here unless it's in the manual. Does it have a manual? That's the 50/50. Oh, it does. This was an eBay purchase, so it's always a guess. But there's like a pre-eyeball Neversoft logo in here, where their logo is like an eagle flying through the air. I don't think it's gonna be in the manual. Nah. What is that? Typhoon. Hey, somebody mentioned this to me recently, didn't you? Who was this? Was it Jur the Orc? Somebody mentioned this to me like last time I streamed. Yeah, I think so. That's cool. But anyway, there we have it. Apocalypse. I don't think you're going to be able to see it on the camera, but I'll zoom in and I'll try my best. It's where's the? There it is. Yeah, their logo was like an eagle or something. And whoa, hang on, Equinox. They're the people that made that crappy Spyro game on PS2. Enter the Dragonfly. If I couldn't guess, you're a fan of the eyeball logo. Well, I sure as hell hope you are, considering what I've done. That'd be an odd thing to request from me if you didn't like it. But yeah, Apocalypse, there we go. Pretty recent purchase. I bought this after my purchase of the Tony Hawk games, and I only bought those 2 years ago, so yeah. Oh, Rach is here. Rach is one of my friends, and we all like Bruce Willis in our friend group, so yeah. Have you ever played this one? It's a shooter game. It's a very nonsensical shooter game, but it's pretty good. Anyway, that's game 3 of 78. Oh man. Okay, so next up we got another A game. Oh, Blade Blur's here as well. Hello, I haven't seen you for a while. Hello. We got another A game here. This is one of those games I have not finished it. I think everybody's played one of these games. They popped up everywhere back in the day. Army Men, Land, Sea and Air. I haven't finished this. I can't say too much about it, other than it might be this one that I played a game with my cousin, and like I was older than him, so I whooped his ass at this game, and he threw his PS1 controller at the wall so hard it broke. And that's the only thing I can remember from the Army Men games now. Yeah. But I think everybody's had somebody must have, like, you've got to have played one of these games. I think the only other Army Men game I want to play, I think it's a spin-off called Portal Runner, and it's like this really janky looking 3D platformer on the PS2. I think it's connected to the Army Men games, I'm not sure. Pause break, you've not played this one, but Air Attack 1 and 2 are really good. Maybe I should check them all out. Because they were everywhere for ages, and then they just stopped. I mean, who doesn't like the Army Men? They're like the coolest characters in Toy Story. What is this then? So the gimmick with this one was that it wasn't Land, Sea and Air. I didn't see much of this game. I can't tell you much about it. They were all right though. I'm pretty Portal Runner is an Army Men spin-off. It is. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Okay. I think I need to play that one because I keep seeing it pop up, and it also has a release date of September 11th, 2001. Oh man, that's like what was the bigger tragedy there? Was it Portal Runner being unleashed upon the world, or whatever else happened that day? I can't remember. Oh, this is a black and white manual too. That's a shame. I'm not surprised, but yeah. Yeah, I played this a bit, but if it had a story mode, I couldn't tell you anything about it. I just remember playing like the instant action mode where you just play the game and just go up against it. I need to play Roscoe McQueen. Yeah, we bought you that the one time, didn't we? The firefighter game. I never did try it. We bought it for you, and I could have emulated it, but yeah. Maybe when I'm round yours, we'll play it. That's what we'll do. We'll drink copious amounts of poison and play Roscoe McQueen for the PS1. A second PlayStation wall has hit the a second PlayStation controller has hit the wall, sir. Oh no. Anyway, right, this one next. I don't have a lot to say about this one, other than the fact it was 3 for £15. Yeah, Blockbuster. Holy crap! It's Phoenix Software. Okay, that's the first one of the day. No wonder. I remember this being okay though for what it is. It's yeah, you've probably played it. It's the game where you control the paddle and the ball goes and it breaks everything. Pretty simple, but I remember us playing this like not loads, but it was all right. I don't really need to show you the back. Like you know what this game is. Yeah, it's just a bunch of levels that have blocks and you get rid of them. Simple game, but I remember liking it. Who's the other company? It's Midas Games. They're the other. Oh man, oh, you know it's bad when even the disc is black and white. I forgot some of them did that. Yeah, if the disc is black and white, yeah, you know it was a budget release. Oh, look, there's nothing in here. There's like 3 pages. Then again, like, how much do you need to explain? I guess that's like the main thing. Blockbuster, the Breakout clone, not the video store. Yeah, I think one of the games that I'm gonna show you today, I did buy from a Blockbuster. Is it a good game or a bad game? We'll find out. I think the answer to that is a bit of both. But yeah, Blockbuster. When was this released? It looks very late into the PS1. That's a good question, actually. Let's have a look. 2003. Yeah, this was, I made fun of Jinx for being a 2003 PS1 game. This was the year Jak and Daxter came out, I think. Or no, Jak and Daxter came out in 2001. Yeah. 2003. Yeah, there you go. We still had a PS1 then. It took us a few years to get a PS2. So yeah, this was definitely catered towards people like me. You got Ico and Shadow of the Colossus HD from Blockbuster. What? You got the HD collection from what? The PS3 HD collection from Blockbuster. You got it from there. Wow. That's cool. Do I own Book Bumble? Well, LMNOPQRSTU. We could get to it. We haven't quite got to the BU games. I'm not going to spoil it. But, wait, Buck Bumble is N64. What are you talking about? No, I don't. Okay, I can spoil that one. I've never owned an N64. I don't have any physical N64 games. If I don't have Buster Groove, not Buster Move, I'll be offended. Oh man, I think I may have at one point had one of those Puzzle Bobble games, but I don't know. You might be disappointed at me. The final PS1 game came out in 2005. What was it? I'm curious. There's a moth in this room. That's annoying. It's attracted to my lights. Do I own Blood Omen? That would be Legacy of Kain. I'm going to say no. I'll spoil that one. No. Anyway, next up, B, a classic with some good music and one that I think everybody has played. Oh, too far. Bomberman. It's Bomberman. I don't need to say too much about this one. It's Bomberman. FIFA 05 was on the PS1. Whoa. It was a snappy game exclusive to Germany. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Everyone's at least played Bomberman. This is one of the value series. Ooh, I don't care about that, to be honest. It doesn't really affect the majority of the box art, so. But yeah, Bomberman's great. I used the music from the first level in this in a bunch of my recent videos because it's just catchy and it's good for like if I want to explain like a 3D platforming mechanic. It's just nice background music. So I didn't play a fat lot of this though. I remember putting in a cheat code so you could have the green bunny rabbit thing. I think that was in this. That's kind of it really. On the PS1, there were a few games that, not all of these games were strictly mine. The gaming back then was more of a family thing. So I think this was technically my mom's game, that she liked kind of like puzzly type games. And so this may have been her choice, but it was one I played, and inevitably all of the games have ended up in my room because I'm a dork. So, yeah. Hideki, you don't think you've ever played a Bomberman game before. The closest you played is, There was a mini game in Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. See, now you're speaking a different language. Would that be Ratchet and Clank 3? Because we didn't have the subtitles on the PS2. Yeah, I think that's 3. There was a Bomberman mini game in that. Okay. The only Bomberman game you've played was Bomberman R on the Switch. Fun fact, the servers for that are now shut down, and that is the world we live in. Servers getting shut down. That's wild, though. That was a Switch game, wasn't it? I mean, that was, what, 2017 launch game? It was in the Insomniac Museum. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I need to go too much more into this. It's Bomberman. You know, you move the little man around and you kind of strategically blow everybody up. I think the Bomberman game I would like to play, which I've tried a little bit, is on N64, where it's more of a platformer game. I think it's called Bomberman Hero. I want to play that one. That's probably more my kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, and here we go. I don't need to say much about this next one. It begins with a B, and it has a U after it. Oh my god! I don't need to say too much about this one. I did a big video about it. Yeah, it's Bubsy 3D. It's not good. I think I paid about £5 for this copy. Technically, it's never been in my PlayStation because I started playing the game before my copy arrived through emulation. There you go. Oh, yeah, we got that guy who keeps turning up to my streams and on Instagram who keeps messaging me to remind me he hates Bubsy. So he'll be here any second now. Yeah. Oh, look at that. It's pre-owned. 27. I don't know what that means. Did somebody pay £27 for this? I don't know. That means it came from Game. Yeah, it's I still sometimes have nightmares, particularly nightmares where this happens to me, because when you play Bubsy 3D, that's what you have to do for like the whole game, and oh man, yeah, 27 previous owners, yeah, that's it. I should scribble that out and set it on fire and just break the curse. So I don't want to pass this on to anybody else. A game that deserved a platinum. Oh no. The fact it's got re-released on modern systems means that is probably a thing. Oh no. That's a Game Station sticker. Okay. Well, Game Station was bought out by Game, and before they did the whole rebrand. Oh no, I've just realised something. That sticker is on the actual paper. That's not... oh man, there you go. That's just the cherry on top, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, a fun story about Game and Game Station. So I very, very briefly worked for Game. But when I went into that branch, it was still branded as Game Station, like above the door, for my interview. And then when I came out, the sign had been changed. So I went into a Game Station, but I never came out. That was a weird thing that happened, I guess. Yeah, I worked there for one Christmas, and then they were like, that's it, we don't need you, get out of here. And that was that. Mikey Moo, yeah. So yeah, we had Game Station, and Electronics Boutique, yeah. And I used to frequent there as well. EB, I think that kind of split out into EB Games in the States, but yeah. PS1 boxes are so annoying. Oh yeah, the fact that they put the sticker on there means they had to have took that apart. I never even considered that. Yeah. Yeah, there's I've got a couple of my PS1 games. In fact, you're going to see one shortly where the case is kind of split. Sometimes it's split here, sometimes it's split here. PS1 cases in the UK and Europe, they're just a pain in the ass to get like new cases for. So yeah, I'm not bothering. If it's broken, it's broken. If it's broken and I haven't bought it yet, then I won't buy it. But if it's mine and I've broke it, then there we go, Anywho, right. I would say we're making decent progress, but I've been doing this for an hour and I've got through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. 7 games. Anyway, next up, another classic of mine. This is one I would probably revisit for a video someday. I'm going to see if I can push it into frame and not make it go too far. No, not far enough. Yeah, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. This is the Bugs Bunny game that... somebody said, I shouldn't have done it, I'm sorry. But I was counting, it was there. Anyway. Yeah. This is the Bugs Bunny game on PS1 that everyone talks about, but no one talks about the next one. So yeah, if you like licensed 3D platformer games on the PlayStation, this is probably one that you've heard of, and with good reason. It's a pretty good game. I've played through this a bunch of times. If you play this on a PS3 by putting the disc in the PS3, the emulator the PS3 uses does not like this game. The floor starts to like shake and quiver and fall apart, and yeah. You missed this video. Yeah, you know, I've been here a long time and some of my videos didn't make it, but there we go. I would like to redo this someday, though, because licensed 3D platformers are kind of my jam. You know what? Yeah, so somebody's just mentioned about the stickers. I used to get really annoyed about it, but now I kind of like, if it's a sticker for a store that doesn't exist, it's kind of cool. I mean, we were just talking about Electronics Boutique, and this is a sticker for that store. That doesn't exist anymore. Look, EB. Yeah, there you go. There's proof that I went there. And at one point, this cost $24.99. I think that's probably how much we paid for it, too. Yeah, I don't mind it. And the fact that it's on the outside, that probably means this was the last one in the store as well. You never knew that certain games have issues on PS3 through backwards compatibility. Yeah, so the PS3, this is my argument for using my PC to emulate PS1 games these days, because the only good way I have of getting footage of the PS1 is to use anything that has HDMI output. So for a long time, I used the PS3, but it's software based, right? So not every game works well with that emulator. So you get some games like this one where it jitters and it goes really all over the place, especially in the tutorial level. And so I just kind of reached the point where I'm like, well, if I'm using the PS3 to emulate this game anyway, then why don't I just emulate it using something that can do it properly, you know? But yeah, anyway, that's it. Oh, you're taking your leave now. Have a good day. Well, I got like an hour and a half left of this day, and then it's Goblin's birthday, so we'll get some cake and stuff. But at least you can play them 16:9 via emulator. I choose not to. I do like the nice sort of square aspect ratio for PS1. But yeah, take care. Bye-bye. Farewell. Thank you for joining for the first hour. I'm going to be here all friggin' night. But anyway, yeah, I would recommend this. This is a good game. This is weirdly, it's gonna come up shortly, but I got this on the same day as another game that contains the word bug in it. So there's your hint. And yeah, it was my dad. He came home from work the one day and he bought 2 PS1 games home, and this was one of them. Which emulator do I use? For PS1, yep, you've said it. I use DuckStation. I used to just use one of the cores within RetroArch, but I prefer to use the dedicated emulators now. Bugsby 3D. Be damned, it's going to come back and it's going to have another sticker on the inside. But yeah, solid game. But the one that I would recommend more than this one, that nobody talks about very much, is this one. The pseudo sequel that no one talks about, that I dropped on the floor years ago and it broke and I put sellotape on it. Yeah, Bugs Bunny and Taz Time Busters. It's the kind of sequel to this game that no one really talks about. I'm not really sure why. I did, and then a bunch of people found me and kept calling me Cadicarus because Cadicarus did a Bugs Bunny Lost in Time video or something. You also hate seeing barcodes with Sharpie covering. Oh yeah, that was on the other case. I did notice that. I guess it was because it was the display one. I don't know. But yeah, this is a solid game. This is a really good game. On PS1, I don't think you can do this on PC. But on PS1, you can control the other character by using the right stick, and you can make them jump by clicking the right stick. So you can like have 2 of the characters moving around within 3D space and control them individually. It's really cool. There's not many games that do that, and everybody always points to this PS2 game where you play as a frog or something, but that's a fixed camera, whereas this is a fully 3D thing. Anyway, yeah, it just kind of does everything that the last game did, but better. It's like a proper hub world. You don't think you've ever heard of this one. You're grabbing a copy now. Yeah, when I go on about these games, I'm not necessarily trying to sell it to people, but this is an easy recommend from me. This is I've just read your message while I'm trying to make a point, Goblin. Fucking Daffy Nutbusters. Good lord. Yeah, this is a decent game. Like, again, PS1. I'm not gonna be the guy that says pirate it, but yeah. Anyway, the copy is free. Good, good, good. Yeah, good game, really good. I use the music for this game quite often too. Really good soundtrack. Visually, it's a much better looking game than Lost in Time too. They've smoothed out the edges. And yeah, it's the same developers. It's what were they called by this point? By this point they were using their very unfortunate acronym of A2M. I think they were still going by the name Behavior Interactive. Yeah, back then. Then they changed their name to Artificial Mind and Movement, which that's not a bad name, but they used that stupid acronym that means bad things that we don't talk about here. Yeah, solid game, easy recommend. I'm gonna have another drink because it's getting pretty warm here. I also want to find there's a piece of equipment here. I'm just gonna cover my camera up because I don't need that to even be switched on anymore. I'm not going to be cutting back to that camera again today, I don't think. So, yeah, right. Drink and then, yeah, whatever you do, for the love of God, don't Google A2M. Don't do it. Just save yourself the trouble. If you want to Google them, type in Artificial Mind and Movement, or just type in Behavior Interactive, because the stupid thing is they realized that they what they'd done, and they started they undid it. They pressed Control Z and went back to being called Behavior Interactive. And to this day, they're still called Behavior Interactive, and they're still around. Yeah. Sail the Seven Seas, folks. Yeah. There's that Lazy Town pirate song, I guess. Anyway, we're 2 games left in this first stack. Holy crap, I've been doing this an hour. Yeah. Bugs Life. So this was the other game that I got on the same day as Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. Pretty sure it was the same day. And yeah, my dad just kind of came home with 2 kid-friendly games, and it was like a little surprise. I don't really know why. I don't think it was my birthday. That didn't happen very often. I don't want to sit here and like pretend I'm rich or anything, but yeah. This is an okay game. Over the years, I would say my opinion of this has gone down. I played this for a potential video about 5 years ago, and I made a lot of notes. I don't like this game as much as I did when I was a kid, but it's still pretty good, and it's going to be included in that Toy Story retro collection thing pretty soon, which is random, but yeah, it's okay. You know, I would say it's a 3D platformer, but it's not really platforming. Oh, hang on, what we got here? The only Behavior Interactive game you played was Rango the video game. I want to get that at some point. Rango is awesome. That's such a good movie. It's crazy how they made that too. They basically like filmed the whole thing live action and then animated it later. You really should bite the bullet and play games from your backlog as it spans from the NES to current times. Yeah, good luck with that. I think we've all got a backlog. Like half of these games I haven't played. Well, no, not half. You're pretty sure that game is getting delisted. What's this? What's getting delisted? Rango? What was this? This one? What's getting delisted? I don't know. Lego Dimensions on PS3. I don't know. Yeah, it's an alright game. Me and my dad found the level where you're in the giant tin can fighting, I think his name's Thud, the housefly, the horsefly. We always thought that level was kind of fun because it's really dynamic and everything's bouncing around. Yeah, this is available digitally though. Yeah, referring to the PS Store shutting down on PS3. Yeah, this is a digital game. I think I own this digitally on PS3. Therefore my Vita, which hey, I could like get the Vita. No, this stream's gonna be long enough as it is. Yeah, not too much to say about this one. It's all right. You know, you go around and you collect seeds and you... Oh, you've bought Dead Rising DR on PS5 today. Excellent. I was so gutted I had to wait an extra month for that game because they delayed the physical release. But I did, and it was worth it. Right, here we go. So next up, we've got another Disney game. I definitely didn't pay the amount of money that's on the sticker because I remember where I bought this one. This one is Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, which is also going to be included in that retro collection thing. Oh, I get extra points for showing the Vita. Do I get more points for showing that it's the first one, the OLED one? This is a nice thing. I have modded the crap out of this thing. This can do so much stuff. You mod a Vita, it's great. I condone it. Sony don't care anymore. What was this? You recently played Toy Story 2 on PC, and it surprisingly holds up pretty well, but you didn't get the chance to play A Bug's Life, at least not yet. Well, I've just got rid of the moth. Oh, there's a moth over here on my desk. I think I'm going to be putting up with that quite a few times this evening. Yeah, I mean, it's October, isn't it? I'm trying to decide, do I want the PS4 or 5 disc? Because PS4 game collections usually have a platinum for each game. So it's like, oh, which one do I get? Everyone goes to Asda to buy PS1 games. I think the only games I've bought from Asda, I bought a few Disney Infinity figures back in the day. But this is, I don't rate this too highly. This ain't it for me. This is like they made a peak game with Toy Story 2, and then Traveller's Tales made this afterwards, and I'm not into it. It's a linear racing game where you also do a lot of shooting and a little bit of platforming, but not very much. It's not my kind of thing. I'm not into this one, but I paid, and I'm pretty sure I paid £5 for this at a used games stall in my city centre. I did not pay £28.97. This game sucked. Yeah, you just said you said it. Yeah. Yeah. There's this one level, I think I spoke about it when Brant was here. There's this one level where you have to go up against like a werewolf or something, and you have to deactivate bombs. And that level sucks so much because you don't get much time. Yeah. But anyway, with that, finally, an hour and 10 minutes into the stream, we have finished one stack. So this is A and B. So we got C next. So I'm pretty sure you can imagine what bangers are going to be in that stack. So just bear with me while I go and arrange myself here. I'm gonna hope I don't drop anything because I'm kind of in the dark on that side of the room. Whoa. Oh my god. This is a big stack as well. I need to get through these games a lot quicker. Otherwise I'm gonna be here till like 3 a.m. But I'm not tired, so that's a bonus. What was this? Your aunt tried to ethically debate you about what game? What was this? What, Buzz Lightyear Star Command? What was this? Oh, other people are agreeing that it sucks. Okay, I thought that was a bit of a hot take. When can we see a knockoff Crash? I'm almost certain you are going to see a knockoff Crash Bandicoot game within this next stack. But it's not going to be the first game, because instead I'm going to give you a knockoff Metal Gear Solid game with Chicken Run. Yeah, I've not played much of this. This was a charity shop purchase. I think it cost me £3, and I probably bought this about 5 or 6 years ago. I just randomly saw it in a charity shop, and I was like, I gotta have it. I gotta have that. Mrs. Tweed. Yeah, you know what? This is a great film. I haven't played much of the game, but I can say this is a great movie. I've not watched the second one yet because it's on Netflix, and I don't do it. Oh yeah, look, there's another game where someone's doing the Neo Cortex face in the background. But yeah, this is a stealth game. There's other Oddman games that I have, but they're like for PS2 and stuff. You know, the Wallace and Gromit ones. But what was this? Why are we shooting them instead of taking them into custody? Oh, yeah, that's true. And why is it that when you win the race as Buzz Lightyear, they get half their health taken away from them? That's weird. Sheepdog and Wolf. Oh, I wonder if I have that game. Who knows? Yeah, I can't say too much about this one. It's made by Eidos. Oh, no, it's made by Blitz Games. Blitz Games? Where have I heard that name before? They've made something I've played. I couldn't tell you what. Blitz Games. They look like Wallace's, but lobotomized. What's this? The chickens? Yeah, I mean, we got Mel Gibson chicken at the front there. He's looking a bit kind of doped up. And then we got the Scottish chicken up north, which that makes sense. Sure, even without Netflix, you could figure out other ways to watch the sequel. This is true, but I can't be bothered. I know how to do it with games, though. So yeah, this is the thing. If anybody's got any other like things you want to say about each game, by all means, pipe in. They made Frogger 2. Okay, I've played Frogger 2. I don't have that. Okay, I've definitely played that then. I'm sure I played something on like PS2 or something. Was it? Did they do Ty the Tasmanian Tiger? Or am I? No, that was Chrome. I don't know. And then they made that crappy Spyro game. But Blitz Games made some of the SpongeBob games like Creature from Krusty Krab. They also developed Pac-Man World 3. Bingo, that might be the one. I've played a bit of that. I know I've seen that logo somewhere before. I'll have to keep looking at the logos of these as we go. Key features. Huge, detailed 3D immersive environments. Characters, voices, and locations based on the film. So they didn't get the voice actors. Highly involving gameplay and easy control system. Something for everyone, including stealth, puzzle solving, and arcade elements. Wow. I probably would like this, I guess, because at the moment I haven't played it for a while, but I've been trying to play Metal Gear Solid 1, and it's kind of clunky, so maybe this would be less clunky than Metal Gear Solid, who knows. You actually got this in the charity shop too as well, but it was the PC version. You recently found that physical PC games are the cheapest games to collect, and they rarely go over a couple of pounds. Yeah, that's true. I do see them, but I never buy them because I don't play PC games. I never did play PC games. Always a console guy. So yeah. Right, I think that's pretty much all I've got to say about this. The next 3 or 4 games, I'm going to have some pretty similar things to say about each of them, I guess. You all know what's coming. It's the big PlayStation game that begins with C. Apparently my stream is running at a higher bitrate than it needs to, but I don't know how to change that, and I'm not going to. So if everything's fine, I'm just going to keep it as it is. But anywho, the one and only Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, this is like a famous game. I don't think I need to say too much about this. I will say the first one's, it's all right. They had an idea, they did it. The second one and the third one are better. I like this game though. It's all right. I like the environments, I like the music, but man, is it stiff. Like, if I'm ever going to play Crash 1, I will probably play the Insane version, but yeah, it's like the save system's really it's a difficult one. I did finish this eventually when I did my video on it a long time ago, but yeah, I've never 100%ed the PS1 version. I'm never going to. I choose not to. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I can't remember when we got this, but I do remember that the next 2 games, which you know what they are, I might as well grab them both. The next 2 games, I got these at the same time. I think, it was a few years after they came out, because I didn't get any of these games when they were brand new. I got these at the same time, either the same Christmas. I think it was the same Christmas, yeah. So, and even back then, as a wee child, I preferred Crash 2, because I had good taste back then, because Crash 2 is better. I'm saying it, it's official. Crash 2 is so much better. It's not even a competition. I mean, Crash 3 is pretty good, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty good. There's too many vehicles in this one, though. I feel Crash 2's just got a nice balance. They really wanted to make a different game, and you can tell that with Crash 3. Thank you. Other people are saying the same as well. Yeah, there's too many vehicles in Crash 3 for my liking. Wrath of Cortex is the best game. DJ Digby, don't be saying things like that. It's not. Oh my god, yeah, Cortex is doing the Cortex Warp Room thing in this one. He's even kind of lurking there as a big old Sphinx. Oh my god, what a rip-off. Yeah, you know what, this is something else worth mentioning as well. The Platinum branding, at least here in the UK, the Platinum branding on PS1 games is fine. I actually think it looks quite nice. It's quite classy. You get the nice silver strip there. It matches the little sticker. It's not invasive. You still got the same amount of box art as you would on like any other normal game. Like if I go back to Chicken Run, it's the same. It doesn't It doesn't interfere with it. The spine is silver, yes, but it's kind of classy. I like it. But then you go further into the future with like the PS3, and we had that like god-awful yellow banner. And you guys in the States, you have it even worse, because your like platinum hits equivalent is freaking green with like red text on it or something. It's awful. So yeah, our PS1 platinum cases, they're actually pretty nice. Yeah, the greatest shits or whatever it was. Yeah, and even now on the PS4 they had that like red banner on it. But yeah, this was all right. The PS2, they kind of wavered. Some of the PS2 games did the thing I hate the most, where it was a box art within a box art. I hate that shit. But yeah, this, you know, I don't have too much to say about Crash Bandicoot, so I figured that would be a good time to say what I want to say about these. And yeah, that's proof that I got these much later, because they were platinum re-releases, right? So these came out later. And they toned down Crash's scary face in 2. Yeah, I guess I never thought Crash had a scary face in Crash 1, to be fair. He was just a silly little goober doing a big old smile. I never thought he was too scary. I know in the Hog Wild level he pulls a bit of a weird face, but yeah. Anywho, we'll move them to one side. But yeah, Crash 2 is it for me, guys. If I'm gonna have to pick between these two, it's always been Crash 2, even back then, because I had them both for the same Christmas, and I tried them both, but I kept coming back to Crash 2. It's so good. Oh, hang on. What order am I putting these in? I've got to reverse alphabetize them so I can put them on my shelf again. But yeah, I'm sure if I ever do a video on PS2 stuff, I'll have to rant about the Platinum stuff again. The Platinum branding looks more natural and not in your face as the USA's greatest hits banner. Yeah, definitely. That's the one that I've seen before, where it's like green or something. It's disgusting. Horrible. What's this? Oh yeah, and by the way, I've noticed your name. Cyanstin, hello. I haven't recognized your name before tonight, but hello, you're welcome. You clearly know about the PlayStation, so you're welcome here. When you played the Insane trilogy, you remember liking 2 and 3 about the same, but you absolutely agree that Crash 3 would be better if it had more standard levels. Yeah, man. It's the same thing happened with Insomniac with Spyro 3. I'll get to that. It's no surprise I own those games, but yeah, you could tell they wanted to make a different game. So by the time they got to the third game, they just fucking threw everything at the wall, and it's like, you know. Have I tried the Spyro GBA games? No, I haven't. Much to Brant's dismay, because I think every week he tells me to play them. Oh no, what the hell am I talking about? Yes, I have. I've played Spyro Adventure, or Spyro Attack of the Rhinox, and I've finished that. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I've finished that one, but I haven't finished the other 2. I just never did. Never did. Anyway, next up, probably not the Crash game you would expect to see next, because I've never owned a physical copy of Crash Team Racing, ever. The only way I've ever played Crash Team Racing is digitally. Well, I guess in retrospect that's a lie. I have a physical copy of the remake. Don't have a physical copy of CTR on PS1. At this point, I don't care. I've had it digitally forever, and whatever. Plus, I like the remake. But yeah, Crash Bash. I don't even know why. I know I really wanted this at the time. This case has been beaten up, by the way. This has got a chip there. And this is what I mean. The European cases, like, there's no way I'm going to replace this now. They're too awkward and too difficult to take together, take apart and put back together. Yeah, I don't even know why. I remember really wanting this, but I can't even imagine why. Because, like, I'm an only child, so it's not like I have any siblings to play this game with. I think it was just on the very rare case I had friends here, but I didn't invite people here when I was a kid. We played this at my friend's house, like when we were teenagers, and we were in sixth form college and stuff. We would play Crash Bash, but doesn't the Platinum disc? Oh yeah, so I haven't opened any of them, but yeah, I guess that's the one downside. Oh look, there's an advert for Spyro too. Yeah, the Platinum ones, they don't have a picture. I guess that's the downside for me. I do like having the picture on the disc. But you take it out the case, you put the disc in the console, you don't see it. It's not very often I admire the artwork on a disc, to be honest. So, yeah, I forgot there was, like, sometimes, look at that, Crash Team Racing. That's the only physical PS1 Crash Team Racing I own. Oh, yeah, well, this is an advert, I think. This is The black label here, I think this is literally just to promote, unless this is from... Could this be from my copy of Spyro 2? I don't know, but I'm not going to find out. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Crash Bash. I think most people have probably played this if you have a PS1. It's okay. I think the funniest anecdote about this is that years after the game came out, someone found out that you could access the entire game's worth of minigames from the demo, because the game doesn't take up that much space, so they just put the whole game on a demo disc, and if you put a cheat code in, you can play the whole game. That's funny, but it didn't affect the sales because it happened way later, but yeah. What was this? Good evening, chaps. Why did we upgrade to Blu-ray size case for PS4 and not keep the CD style? Was there ever a legit reason for it? I guess because Blu-ray movies came in that case, the same kind of size case. They wouldn't have to produce two physical things within their factory because Sony already mass-produced the Blu-ray cases. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. That's probably my thoughts. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous because, like, in America, if your PS1 case breaks, you can just use a normal CD case because they're all the really thin ones. But yeah, we have these fat, chunky cases, and it's annoying. PS2 was in DVD before that. Exactly, yeah. So I think it's just because it was the medium that Sony made. I mean, technically the PS1 games were CDs which Sony were making, but they had to accommodate for all those languages in the manuals. Digby's going, farewell. This will be available for people to watch at a later date, and I might do like a condensed version to cut out rambling. I don't know. This whole thing, I'm just making it up as I go. Next up, we gotta hurry. I've just realised one of my games is in the wrong order, but it's fine. It's not this one. Next up, we have Creatures. I bought this on eBay a few years back. I haven't played much of it, but I played the shit out of the demo for this. So one of those demo discs back there had Creatures, and it had the first opening area. Yeah, it's kind of scary. They're weird. I should probably explain what this is for anybody that doesn't know. But it's this game where you like look after a bunch of alien creatures and help them survive against like an evil race of creatures. And you play as this like fairy, which is like the cursor, and you move her around, and you just kind of like help them get through the game. But I played the demo so much, and eventually I was like, I need to own this, and then I just didn't play it. So there you go. This is one. This is a weird one. I might have to play and see if I can come up with notes or something for a video. The company that made it is called Flow Interactive Media. But up here it says Creature Labs, so I don't know if, like, I'm curious if this was based on a pre-existing IP or if this was just made for the game. Stream it. There you go. I should probably just stream it. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? That's, yeah, I don't know why I don't think of these things. This is why we need you here, Brent. People are saying, what a funny looking guy. Yeah, these are like funny looking goobers and ugly little things, but they're kind of cute. Kind of scary, kind of cute. Brent, your brother was huge into this. They did a sequel as well. They did one called Creatures in Space, but spoilers, I don't have that one. I just have this one. Oh, hang on. On the front here, it says Swing Entertainment Media AG. Okay, I don't know. You know what? Funny you should say Butt Ugly Martians, Goblin. That fluorescent yellow disc case I had earlier with one of the demo discs in, that used to have a big sticker on it that had Butt Ugly Martians on it, but I took it off years ago because I just didn't care about it. Random. Anyway, Creatures, as far as you can tell, was based on a PC game. Yeah, but I'm curious because up here it says Creature Labs. So were these creatures part of a pre-existing IP that a game was then made about? I don't know. I don't know much about this one, but I do like the funny little creatures. They're kind of cool. This one up here, it looks like Gizmo from Gremlins. My throat is already given way, but I have some like throat sweets somewhere, so I might actually grab one of those. Yeah. I got some lemon flavored when I had a cold a while back. Yeah, so anyway, guys, this PS1 game is the Boots sore throat relief sweets. So, yeah, let's grab one of these while we're here. Hopefully they're not out of date. No, they're not. They're fine. There we go. Yeah. Looks like a bootleg. Get your money back. Yeah, well, they taste good though. So anyway, I've got to swap these two games around because I actually put them in the wrong order, but I could put them together. Yeah, sponsorship by Boots. Yeah, man. Sponsor me so I can get my glasses for free at the opticians. That would be good. Also, funny thing is that Creature is a 2000 game and the sequel was a 2004 release. Well, they made it pretty quickly then. I'm guessing it was a kind of Oddworld Abe's Exodus type situation where they had the engine and they just made a new game. Anyway, this is one that's kind of relevant now because I technically played it recently, but not this version. Yazoo! Wahoo! Yippee! Yeah, it's Croc. I played this quite a bit when I was younger. I think my dad borrowed a copy of it from a friend, and then we eventually got one. And yeah, I didn't finish it. Splat, of course, that's the most famous one. Yay, everyone's favorite. I don't blame this being one of people's favorites. You know, it was fucking sold so many copies back in the day. And I think most of them were on the PlayStation. I think a bit of a difficult game to go back and play. This version anyway, because of the tank controls. But man, the music for this game kicks ass. I use the music for this all the time, and I listen to it all the time too. It's great. It's got loads, pretty much every style of music. It's in there. It's great. I like the characters. I like the fuzzy little gobbos. But yeah, the most important thing to take away is that it got a full remaster, and I had to wait ages for it to come out on Steam. But yeah, the remaster got rid of the tank controls. Well, you can still use tank controls, but it added analog controls. That remaster for this is good. It's just too expensive for what it is on its own when it's not on sale. So I waited ages for the remaster to go on sale, and I got it. It's pretty good. Oh yeah, I saw Spacey McSpacer. I saw that they put a teaser on their social media, basically confirming that the Croc 2 remake is happening. So that's good. Yeah, because ta-da, Croc 2. Yeah, I didn't finish this back in the day. Yeah, this was one where I think it was the same friend of my dad's at work. We borrowed Croc 2 and we played quite a bit of it, but we never ended up getting our own copy. And then years and years and years later, probably like 15 years later, I found this. I think it was at Game Station. And yeah, I played a bit, but I haven't played much of it. And then when I saw that they were getting remastered, I was like, well, I might as well just wait. Yeah, they're pretty decent games. I can't say too much about them. Like, I played a lot more of Croc 1. I haven't played as much of Croc 2. But god damn, the box art for Croc 2 is great. I mean, that's not bad, but this is great. Look at all this stuff. You got this angry little dude in the background getting all angry because he's on a tiny pirate ship. You've only ever played the first Croc game. You had the original on PS1, and you recently finished the remaster on PS4. I haven't finished it though. That's the thing. I've got about halfway through, and I was trying to 100% each level as I went. And the one level I was on, it was really annoying me, and I just switched it off and haven't gone back to it. On GOG, it costs around £14, but you're being screwed when it comes to prices for some reason. Really? Even on GOG? Isn't GOG CD Projekt? Isn't that from Poland? That sucks. You can join the club because we always get screwed over with prices over here too. You got to be up for 6 at work, so bid me farewell. You definitely catch the VOD though, because you love chilling to long form video. This is another reason I thought I'd do this, with a minimal sort of layout on the stream, just chilling and chatting. But yes, I will probably be speaking to you pretty soon as well, because we've got to finish up business on that thing I did for you. But yeah, farewell. Chinesh, you think you've only played the Croc 1 demo when your age was single digits? I don't even remember the reason we got Croc, but yeah, I think it was because we borrowed it and my dad realised, yeah, it's a kid-friendly game, we'll get it, and then little Pete can play it. And yeah, never did play much of the second one though, but that's going to change pretty soon. Fox Interactive, whoa, that I remember that logo as well when I booted it up. Anyway, yeah, earlier on I said about playing a discount bootleg Crash Bandicoot game, and I think we've finally come across one of them. I've got another one. What was this? Prices in Poland, no matter if it's GOG, Steam, or whatever, are like one of the highest when compared to everywhere else. But sometimes it's still better than PSN. Yeah, PSN pricing sucks. They still charge full price for PS4 games on the PSN store. It's crazy, and we're going to be stuck with that pretty soon. Anyway, bootleg Crash Bandicoot game number 1. Donald Duck Quack Attack. I believe this was another one of those PS1 games that I bought to kind of do some Disney PS1 videos. Never got around to it, but I did play a bit of this one. It's alright. Not bad. It's okay, I guess. I don't have too much to say about it. It's Donald Duck, and I think this was a demake of a PS2 version. Yeah, whoops, I didn't mean to drop that. Who made this? The collectible toy company, £6. Somebody paid £6 for this. I don't think it was me, but I don't know who made this game because of that. There's some small print here. No, that's just got Sony. I don't know who made this. It's got a manual though. Let's have a look. Let's see what company made this. If I go to the credits, surely there's some credits. Ubisoft. Whoa, I didn't expect it to be them. Yeah, it's Ubisoft. They made this. There we go. Yeah, Ubisoft game development team. Oh, this was one of the okay, so this must have been a demake, because I think this was by their Shanghai studio, because the PS1 version of Rayman 2 was made by, in the credits, there's like a lot of like Chinese names and that, and it comes up saying Ubisoft Shanghai, and there's just a lot of names like that here, so yeah, okay. And then there's like secondary credits for the Europe for all the sound effects and whatever. This had PS2 and N64 versions. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played too much of it. I think it came in a double pack with some Winnie the Pooh game. Not my copy, but you could get one. And I remember as a kid, I think we were in a supermarket or something, and it was like one of those double packs where it's on the box art, like it was split in the middle, and then this side was Donald Duck and that side was Winnie the Pooh. And I remember taking it to the counter and asking the guy, "Can you just sell me the Donald Duck bit, because I don't want the..." And he was like, "No, that's not how it works." But I was only a small kid. I didn't understand, and it was kind of annoying. But yeah, eventually I got my own copy somewhere on eBay. Quack Attack is still a better game than that Lilo and Stitch PS1 game. I played the demo of that recently, actually, and I agree, it sucked. It had like weird looping guitar sound effects and stuff. It was weird. Right, next up, a PS1 classic that's technically already been in this stream tonight, but Driver. This is another... Was it Ubisoft? No, it was Reflections and Infogrames. Man, Infogrames. They're still around. They recently relaunched the little armadillo thing. It's been on social media recently. What was this? I should do something similar to what I did with Rayman 2 if I review it, since Donald Duck Going Quackers has lots of different versions. Well, if there's only 3, then yeah, I might do. Man, that Rayman video was a massive undertaking, and I'm kind of doing it again with Rayman Rush, because that's got like 3 different versions. Ugh. Yeah, Driver. We played quite a bit of this. After... It was probably my dad beat the tutorial level, because you get that tutorial we have to drive the car around inside the parking garage, and you have to do all the different moves like the figure of 8 and the slalom and all that. And yeah, I couldn't do that. I was only a kid, but somebody else did it, and then we played the rest of the game. Really weird that the tutorial is like infamously known for being the most difficult part of this game. But for me, I used to just drive around. I didn't even like cause police chases. I just liked driving around. I thought it was a cool game to drive around in. And that's pretty much all I did in it. But that's what the game's called, so sure, go for it. But then along came Driver 2. And yeah, you could get out of your car in this one. This was like the big thing in Driver 2. And I believe... this is exclusive to PS1. I don't think this got a PC port. I think the only way you can play Driver 2 is on the PS1. Oh my god, hang on a second. There's PS1, N64, Dreamcast, and PC versions, and then a PS2 and GameCube version. And that's not even getting into the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance versions. My god, there is a lot of versions of Donald Duck Quack Attack. What the hell? Oh man, I don't think I could do that. I'd probably look at maybe one of them. Man, that's a lot. Donald Duck Quack Attack was released on... Oh yes, we got all the same things there. And then this version's also on the Dreamcast version is also PC and N64. Wow. N64 has botched music, so someone patched it to fix the soundtrack. Wow, I learned a lot about that one particular game just then. I didn't know that. I thought it was only on PS2 and maybe I saw the Game Boy version. There's a Game Boy Advance version of this too, which always fascinated me. I never did play it though. I didn't play much. We didn't play much of this. Well, I didn't. I was a kid. I couldn't grasp how to play this game as a kid. But I do remember you could get out of your car and take another car. And there was one level where you could go into this underground sort of tunnel system and you could get like a mini, and it was like a really small mini and you could drive around. That's all I know. And apparently the Diesel is in this game. The what do they make? They make fragrance? I don't know. It's funny how both Driver 2 and 3... Driver 3 got GBA version. What? Okay. I didn't know that. I knew Driver 2 did. Enter Tanner. What? Oh god, yeah. Enter Tanner. From which direction? I barely know him. You're back in the driving seat. 4 new cities. Chicago, Havana, Rio, and Las Vegas. There you go. Out of the car action. Steal cars. Can you tell they were getting into the GTA territory? That's what I think they were doing. Yeah, I didn't play too much of these. I played quite a bit of... I never finished it, but I played quite a bit of Driver San Francisco on Xbox 360. That had a really cool gimmick. If anyone played that, you could like pull the camera from the sky and then like pick any car on the map and take over it, and you could like mess about with all sorts of AI stuff. It was really cool. Yeah, I don't know too much about these ones though. I just remember roaming around and playing it at my cousin's house, but it was mainly the first one. We played a lot of that first one. That box art for the first one kicks ass too. That's like really cool. Anywho, next up, a game I'm not going to have much to say because I don't remember playing it. It came from Asda, so this is a game we did actually get from Asda, and it was in their bargain bucket. The Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home, and it was like one of Ubisoft's like tiny box art, crappy value things. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how much we paid for it. I'm pretty sure this is what we bought. I don't remember much of this. It's Dukes of Hazzard, so I'm guessing you're chasing police or police are chasing you or something. Yeah. Your brother liked playing the first 3 Driver games. You remember Driver 3 had a scandal back in the day because Atari paid off gaming magazines to give the game a high score despite launching in a broken state. The only thing I remember from Driver 3 was it had a demo for that really cool Transformers game on the disc, and I played that so much. I think it was called Transformers Armada in the States, but over here it was just called Transformers. And I used Driver 3 to play that demo all the time. As for this one, I got no idea. I think I've only ever played this once. I don't even know. Like, again, this must have been something like it was either picked out for me or maybe I just wanted it. I don't know. I don't think I would have wanted this. I was only a kid. When did this come out? This came out in 2001. So I would have been 8. No, I don't think this is something I wanted. I think somebody else wanted this. This can't be something I wanted. I don't even know what it is. They've got some freaky looking CGI faces going on here as well. If I refocus the camera. Whoa, what is going on there? PlayStation is king. Well, they were. I don't know what they're doing these days. But we can reminisce. We can look at all the old stuff. Welcome, by the way. I don't recognise your name, Gib84 Gaming 4. Hello. I am not even halfway through my stack of PS1 games, so I gotta get moving. I guess I gotta keep going. Don't have much to say about this one. If anybody does, go ahead. Fire. Tell me what you know about Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home, but yeah, I got nothing, unfortunately. This next one was, well, I think anybody who's watched my channel for a while will know that this was a stupid game I bought for an April Fool's joke video. Yeah, I've played through this game exactly once. It took me 40 minutes, and it's some stupid preschool game. I don't know. I just did an April Fool's video on it because I thought it would be funny, and that's it. I don't even know if I still have that video up anymore. New to my channel, love a collection vid, never seen a live. Well, yeah, I've never done this live. I just figured I want to do a live stream. I don't really want to play a game tonight. I've kind of been thinking about doing this for ages, so hey, why not? Elmo's Number Journey. You wouldn't know about it if not for Kadikarus's video on PS1 games for babies. I didn't even know that was a thing. I had this thing on my channel for a while where I had like a puppet co-host, and I thought it would be funny to have a video about a puppet being reviewed by a puppet. And that's the reason I bought this game, and it's shit. So there you go. It was made by New Kid Co, who have made another game I own here, which I'm nowhere near getting to that, by the way, because that letter is miles away. It was maybe published by Ubisoft as well. Whoop-de-doo. What the hell is this? Thank you. The money that Sesame Street Workshop receives when you buy a Sesame Street product is put right back into Sesame Street and other Sesame Workshop educational projects. That's what that says. Wow. Okay, cool. You only remember having 2 preschool PS1 games as a kid. Blue's Clues, Blue's Big Musical Movie, and Bob the Builder, Can We Fix It? Whoa. I didn't even know Bob the Builder had a game. Funnily enough, you did a video of Bob the Builder PS1 game with a friend purely because it may or may not be the first game you ever played. Well, if you're going to play a game like that and it's your first ever game, then at least the only way is up, right? Like, you can't get any worse than a game like that. For me, the first game I ever played was Donkey Kong Country, and to this day, any 2D platformer that comes along, it has to be as good as DKC1, because that game, oh man, that game's so good. Okay, so, speaking of games that are so good, let's talk about one that isn't. So this is a game, I alluded to it earlier. I'm just going to show you what it is. Evo's Space Adventures. I bought this from Blockbuster back in the day. This is like the game I bought from Blockbuster. I didn't know much about this game. But I watched a Nitro Rad video of his, and he did a video of a game called Space Station Silicon Valley. Yep, there we go. It's been mentioned. So Nitro Rad did a video on I can't even say it because I've got that lemon like cough drop in my mouth. Space Station Silicon Valley. He did that video, and as soon as he started showing it on screen, I was like, "What the hell is this? What is this? Like, because I've played this. What the hell is this N64 game?" And I could tell straight away that the N64 version looked better than the piece of shit I was playing. And I remember his video really well because at the end of his video, he said something like, "Could you imagine being somebody that played the PS1 version and not knowing that there's a better version out there?" And I think I actually commented on the video saying like, "Hey, yeah, that guy was me. I didn't know this existed." Yeah, because this is a port of that game, but the physics are just all over the place. It runs at like 20 frames per second too. It's so slow. I never finished this game, but I bought it because the box art was kind of cool. It had these like random robot animals on it or something. I don't know. I think the concept's cool. You play as a microchip that can jump from robot to robot, and each robot has different abilities. Really cool idea, but this PS1 version sucks dick. And I played it as a kid, and I thought, nah, it's not very good, and then I just forgot about it. And then, like, however long it was until I found Nitro Rad's channel and I saw that video, and I was like, oh my god, there's a better version of that game out there. So I think at the moment someone's working on a decompile of that game, so, or a recomp, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so when that happens, I'm gonna play it. The precursor to GTA, yes, of course. I don't think this version was made by them. Oh, hang on, Take-Two Interactive. That's where they are. Scum of the earth these days. I think this port wasn't made by DMA Design. That's the name we want to see if we're thinking of what is it? GTA devs. This one was made by Runecraft and Protein or Proeon? I don't know. Yeah, that's my story with this game. I bought it from Blockbuster, and these days that Blockbuster is some kind of furniture shop. It's long gone. You like this name better? I don't know. Who the hell's Evo? You know, nah. I think it's just because it's space adventures. I don't know. It's got that kind of corny vibe to it. It sounds like a 50s B movie or something. You know, it could be like a black and white UFO type thing. I don't know. I'm not sure about the name. I'm definitely not sure about the game. It's the PS1 version sucks. And to round off this little chunk of the alphabet, a game I genuinely don't think I've ever played it, so I don't really have anything to say. It's Formula 1 97. My mum and dad were big fans of Formula 1 back in the day, so this was probably one of their games, but because I've ended up with all the gaming crap, it's in my shelving, so yeah. Don't think I've ever played it. It has commentary by Murray Walker, though. Okay, he was quite a famous commentator for the Formula 1 here in the UK. Hey, one day I might play it, but yeah, I don't have anything to say. Genuinely don't think I've ever played it. The N64 version is called Space Station Silicon Valley, even in Europe. It got a release here in Europe. Okay, well, this is the thing. I never had an N64. I've never owned one. I've never owned a physical N64 game. At this point, I'm probably never going to, because most of the N64 stuff I want to play is available through other means, like Rare Replay or decomp projects or just being ported, you know. Yeah, I didn't even know it got an N64 release over here. I never knew anything about that game until I found that Nitro Rad video. So, yeah. Nothing to say about Formula 1 97, and that is that stack. We've done it. I have another stack, but I'm going to get that out first, because I've had to use up all of the space in the world. Enjoy this very large picture of Formula 1 97 for a few seconds. I do not want to drop things. Whoa. Oh my god, I can feel the case going. Oh, that spoiled it. Oh no, it hasn't. You didn't see it. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Right, let me put that one back. Oh man, this is like a giant stack of games. Oh my god. Oh no. Properly, like, if I drop all of the PS1 cases, there's a moth right here. Oh, I think I might have got it. I don't know. Formula 197. I mean, yeah, maybe that's why I never played it, because I didn't play the first 96. It's your birthday today, Nasropter1557. Happy birthday. Welcome. I've been doing this for 2 hours and I'm not even halfway through my stack, so I gotta get going. Do I have Parappa the Rapper or Jamalame? I'm gonna spoil it by just saying no. I don't own either of those games. Never played them. I got your message. Don't worry. I was a bit slow because I was moving the thing. I noticed you've got. That's why you're asking me. You've got Parappa the Rapper as your display icon. No, never played them. the closest I've got is playing Astrobot with the Parappa costume on. That's it. Anyway, somebody asked me about this game earlier, so here we go. I'm just checking I put things where I should put them. Gex 3D. Haven't played it. Sorry, guys. Is this the second one or the third one? Yeah, so notice I don't have Gex 1. I think anybody that likes the Gex games will know why, because Gex 1 is really fucking expensive. I'm not gonna buy that. I bought this, and you know what? I might as well just show it. I bought this and this at the same time. I got them on eBay for a pretty good price. I never got around to playing either of them. That's 2. Yeah, 2 and in my head, I think 3 and yeah, because it has a 3. It's yeah. So that's the second one, and that's the third one, right? Deep Cover Gecko is 3. Right, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, I bought these 2. I bought them with the intention of doing videos. I don't if I do, I am probably going to skip Gex 1. I don't really care. It would be another sort of Rayman situation where I'm just playing the first game for the sake of it. Over here, Gex 3D is just called Enter the Gecko. What is it called? Gex Enter the Gecko, or just Enter the Gecko? Again, this is another one of those things where I think they have to accommodate for European languages and stuff like that, because the phrase 3D in any language, people are going to know what 3D means, right? Whereas if they just have Enter the Gecko, they've got to translate that, and it's just like it's like a random phrase. So they could have Gex 3D, and it would mean Gex 3D in every language. So yeah, it's probably one of them. That's why Ratchet Gladiator is called Ratchet Gladiator over here, I think, because deadlocked isn't a real word, whereas gladiator, they can translate that into different, I don't know. Anyway, I've bought the Gex trilogy thing on Steam. It was really cheap a while back. I think I paid like maybe £7 for it. And that's how I'm going to play them, because it's way more convenient than putting these into my PS3 or emulating it on the PC. So, yeah. You think games having 3D at the end is cooler than games having 64 at the end? It's about the same. I'd say it's about the same level of dorkiness, I think. But what you really should just, like, with your game, you should call it like Radventure 3D then in that case, because last time I checked from when I played it, it is 3-dimensional, so you could get away with that, I think. But yeah, there's the Gex games. Oh, the next one's a bit of a classic for me, anyway, for my channel, as far as my channel lore goes, anyway. All right, next up, PS1. It is from the same developers as the Bugs Bunny games. The Grinch. I should have said the Grinch. There we go. Is the next one Gex? No, it's not. Oh, we're not going anywhere near that Gex one. Not a physical copy, anyway. It's ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, this is okay. You know, this is not. It's definitely not as good as the Bugs Bunny games. I would say you've got Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, Bugs Bunny Taz Time Busters, and then the Grinch is kind of below. Mechanically, the way it controls, it definitely feels better than Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, but yeah, like structurally, like this game's a bit of a mess. I remember when I played it for my now gone video, there's like a level where it's not, one of the objectives isn't explained very well, and I ended up getting stuck in this one level for like 3 hours. Awful. By the way, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time is considered abandonware, so you just downloaded it. Nice! I've been on an abandonware website a few times to get some Tony Hawk stuff. It's pretty cool. You only vaguely remember The Grinch on PS1. It's not a game you expected to be published by Konami. And how vague this game is based on the movie. That's the thing. I'm not entirely convinced this is based on the movie. I don't know. Because all the artwork... No, it has to be. I've just realised. I was going to say, because all of the artwork is kind of derivative of the book and that. But it says Universal Interactive. Oh, no, wait. Universal Interactive... No, okay, universe as in the film, yeah, because Konami published it. Okay, yeah, this is based on the film. It's weird though. There's like maybe one scene from the film in this. It's weird. There's that one scene where like the Grinch talks to is it Mary Lou, and he says the Grinch, and then yeah, the Grankle, Graggle Simpson. Um, yeah, weird game. I don't hate it, but yeah, there was that one level. I can't remember what it was. I think it was Whoville Forest. And there's this like whole area at the top of the level that you can't get to unless you've got a gadget that you get in the next level. And so I was searching that whole level for like 3 hours. Like, how the hell do I do it? And yeah, I think the final level has that problem too, where you have to get like a it's like a backpack where you have to climb something. It's weird. Weirdly, the thing that tipped me off straight away, outside of like seeing the logos, the thing that tips me off straight away, that this was developed by the same people that did Bugs Bunny Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, is that the Grinch has the same run cycle and the same when you stop and he kind of goes "Ooh," and he like stops running. It's Bugs Bunny. It's the same one. So yeah. Oh, Blade Blur's still here. Hello, man. Seeing the PAL boxes is so cool. Yeah. Very different. We had to accommodate for all the different languages. So I don't have the manual here, but most of the games that do have a manual, it's written in like English, French, German, Spanish. Got some big chunky manuals in our cases, so that's why our cases are so big. The one thing I'm jealous of with PlayStation games in America, though, is on the PS2. You get the logos on the side of your cases. On PS2 games, we don't, and I hate the way our PS2 games spines look. It's awful. Anywho, next up, another game that I think a lot of people had, but I didn't really. Oh, actually, there was something else I was going to say about this. The first time I played this was at a friend's birthday party, and I played it for a bit, and he had like the Rotten Egg launcher, and I thought it was fun. And then when I finally played the game for myself 15 years later, I thought actually it's a bit shit. Anyway, next up, a game that I think a lot of people have played, but it's kind of famous, maybe for one character in particular, and that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or maybe it's called the Sorcerer's Stone in the US. It's Gex. Every game is Gex. Yeah, we'll just get Gex every single time. You mean the white background? Yeah, not a fan of it either. It's like the Switch red spines, only less colourful. Yeah, at least with the Switch, like the red is on brand with the system it's on, you know, like Nintendo Red. But all of our PS2 games are just like white labels with black text on it. It's boring. And then every time I saw one earlier this afternoon, somebody took a picture of their game shelf and all their PS2 games have got these cool logos on. It sucks. Yeah, Harry Potter. It's Sorcerer's Stone. It's done because you know what a Philosopher's Stone is, do you? I don't. Yeah, I didn't get to the end of this game. I think I found the final parts of the game a bit spooky, where you go onto like the higher floors and there's like, I don't know. I never finished it. I remember playing the first bit of the game over and over again, where you ride the broom and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Don't have much to say about it. Who made this? Argonaut Games made this. The Croc guys. Okay. Didn't know that. Interesting. Oh, I'm just grabbing a drink, by the way, so sorry for the crackle. Brent, you've played the PC port of it. I would never have guessed that. I didn't even know it had a PC port. Yeah, Croc 2 remaster confirmed. They just dropped like a sort of environment from the second game and called it a day. I think my favorite announcement of a remaster that like kind of made everybody go, wait, what? Was when Destroy All Humans put a trailer up to promote that the remaster of the first game was on sale. And then at the end of the trailer, like Crypto in his Destroy All Humans 2 outfit just turns up and he's like, so when's it my turn? And it's like, wait what? Anyway, back to Harry Potter. All Hideki Nishi knows about the Harry Potter games is how the first 3 games had to take cues from the book, since the developers didn't have access to the movie to base the games around. That's interesting. Like, did they get did they get the voice cast from the film here? I don't know. Did they? Doesn't say anything about voice cast. A faithful representation of the magical world from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, don't have much to say about it. I think I read the book when I was a kid, because it was like when I was at school. You remember this game and wanting to eat the beans? Weren't there like some plants as well that had like a little face on them and you'd have to throw them around or something? I don't remember much about this one. Yeah. Oh god, I've just seen what the next game is. Oh no. Right, here we go. This is one. I don't know. I think it's based on a European cartoon. I don't know for the life of me why I wanted this. In fact, I might know why. Here we go. This is a game called Hugo 2. Does anyone know what this is? I was going to make a video on this because it was a game. I hated this game as a kid. I did not like it. I think the reason I wanted this game as a kid was because he's in a minecart, right? And I said earlier, the first game I ever played was Donkey Kong Country, and those minecart levels are fucking great. So, like, if they're like, it's gonna be a cool minecart game, right? It sucks. It's bad. I was gonna do a video on this just to kind of show why I don't like it, and I did some research, and it's based on this European game show where people would phone in. And, you know, on the old school phones with the big chunky buttons, you'd phone in and you'd, like, play the game live by pressing the buttons on the phone to make him do stuff. Because this game, it's like each level is this, like, super simple directional-based movement thing. It's not great. It's awful. You just kind of make him move around on screen. And... yeah, I found out it's because, and I kept wondering, how the hell did that TV show work? Because when there's like a live broadcast, there's always a delay. So how the hell would that work, you know? And I kind of did like a bunch of notes, and I gathered footage from the TV show because I think it was footage from Norway or something. So I couldn't understand what everyone was saying, but I understood the concept. And yeah, that was stuff I found out years later. But back when I got this game, I just thought it fucking sucked. It's awful. And oh yeah, and I don't know how to say your name, by the way. Cyan. I'll call you Cyan. Yeah, I found out that the later Hugo games are like kind of platformer games, and it's like, damn, if only I'd got into it then and not here. Yeah, this sucks. I don't have much to say about it really outside of that. These games were weird, but the whole backstory behind them, that they're based on some TV show that people would phone in, and the TV show looked like the actual game. So I don't know. Plus, in game, not so much here. Like the character looks okay here, but in game, he looks fucking weird. I don't like it's like Fowler from Chicken Run when he says his eyes are too close together. He's constantly staring at you. It's horrible. Yeah. So you're trying to install the Bugs, but this is Brant, by the way. You're trying to install the Bugs Bunny game, but the setup process was being blocked by something. It was being blocked by the Radventure repository software you use. Wow. Well, then you got to prioritize what you're doing. Are you going to play Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, or are you going to delete all assets related to the game you've been working on for years? While you decide, I'll show you a game I have nothing to say. Football. Yeah, I kind of quite famously think football is really boring, and I don't have anything to say about it. It's... God damn it, Brent. Not every game is Gex, I swear. I've only got 7 copies, and I'm not going to show them you yet. Yeah, football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I hate it. I don't like football. I don't like it at all. Even when England are playing in the World Cup, I do not care. And that's the thing I've noticed in this country. If you say something like, I'm not really into football. Most people will be like, oh yeah, but I'll still watch the World Cup. And I'm just like, no, I am not watching it. I don't care. I quite happily came to this room and played Red Dead Redemption for like 2 hours when England were playing all of their football games. I don't care. Not interested. So this, I don't know where this came from. I certainly didn't ask for this. Oh, something's just died. I think my lights just died. Something. Oh, one of my one of my lights just died. Okay, I might just have to crank this one up and maybe that works. Okay, yeah, I've had my little I've had my tofu light here on a tripod. Whoa, something's just come back on. No? I don't know what's going on. It's because I'm looking at the delay. But anyway, yeah, I got my tofu light and the battery's now low, so okay. I guess we're not using that anymore. It has been 2 hours though. Fortunately, I don't think I need it. I don't need it. I think we should be all right. I don't know. I do have another tofu light right here though. Is it working? I wonder if we have any battery. Not much battery. Crap. I guess this is gonna have to do. Oh, I got my ring light. I guess put that on. See if that makes any difference. We're doing it live. I'd have to put the light on the other side of the room. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Bear with me. I might just have to leave it at that. Is that okay? Does that look okay? I don't even know where I put my other light. I have 3 of these things. I don't know where the other one is. Not a clue. Bear with me. I'm just I'm thinking now. I'm thinking on the fly. I shouldn't do that. Ah, I found it. That one's got a full battery. Cool. I'm gonna put one of these on charge. So just bear with me. You can keep looking at this glorious soccer game for a few minutes while I move my tofu lights around. Oh shit! Which is the one with the battery? No, it's this one. There we go. I would put it on the be right back screen, but there's no point. It's fine. Yeah, it does look decent, but you know, I'm thinking I might be able to turn this into some shorts. I might as well have a consistent light throughout the whole thing. I just need to find a USB port somewhere to plug the other 2 in and charge them up. I've got a couple of USB ports on the other side of the room. So I'll just be a moment. I'm not going to be too long. Just sort it out here while I've got the light, you know what I mean? Christ, I'm not even a third through my stack of games. It's mad. Right, sorry about that. Here we go. Let's put that light back on and see what happens. I've got to get my tripod back down onto planet Earth. Oh, I've put it the wrong way around. After all that, I put the light on the wrong way around. I can't even see what I'm doing here. Now you can see what I'm doing, kind of. I'm putting a light on a tripod. I'm trying to anyway. I'm putting a light on a camera tripod. Yeah, I don't know how many more. I don't know how many people are here. There's 16. It says 16, I think. I don't know. I've also got a message off of someone. It's Mr. Brent. I have a message off you. Oh, it's the Bugs Bunny repositories. Oh no. Well, at least it's a repository and not a suppository, I suppose. Right. How's that? Whoa, that's a little bit better. I guess. We're doing something. Holy crap, I almost dropped my copy of the mystery game that I'm going to show you next. It's not going to be worth the build-up, by the way, but whatever. Because I don't have much to say about this one, so at least I can move on. This one has been on screen for way too long. Yeah, next up. Yeah, the lighting does look better like this, right? I think so. Looks a bit better, because I can kind of crank up the brightness and the whatever. I can put it on 1%, doesn't need to be on for too much. Yeah, the Italian Job. Don't have much to say about this one. This was another one of those ones where we just got it for cheap, I think. I think it's probably because my mum and dad are a big fan of the movie that it's based on. So yeah, this was just like it randomly got a game. I don't think it was based on the... Was it Jason Statham in the remake of this movie? I think this is based on the Michael Caine one, I think. Who the hell made this? This was made by a company called Pixel Logic Limited. I've never heard of them. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one. I didn't play it. This looks like it would be something my dad would have played. Yeah, there you go. I don't have everything to say about all of the games. This is one I've spoken about on stream before. Jackie Chan Stuntmaster. This is a cool game. You play as Jackie Chan. He did all the motion capture and all the voice acting for this. And it's a beat-em-up game, and you go around and you do Jackie Chan like kung fu. You beat people up with like snooker cues and fishes and pans and pots and boxes, and it's quite funny. Yeah, I liked this. It's not the best game in the world, but I liked it. And you could unlock a sort of behind the scenes featurette that showed him with all like the motion capture with the ping pong balls on the suit, like the old school motion capture, and it was cool. And it was made by Radical Entertainment. Holy moly, they've made a bunch of things I've played. They made didn't they make Simpsons Hit and Run and Crash Tag Team Racing and Prototype? I'm pretty sure that was them. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has played this. The last few times I've mentioned it, not many people have played this one. I think there was also a Jackie Chan game based on the TV show, which is why I ended up talking about that, I think. But that was in a stream a couple of weeks ago. Hulk Ultimate Destruction, yes, because Prototype is based on the same kind of tech from Hulk. Yeah, I was talking about that game the other day with someone, actually. We were talking about superhero games at work, and I mentioned that. Yeah, glad to see you're still here, by the way. Oh, it's not quite your birthday yet. I'm not going to say it. 15 minutes away. Yeah, this is an alright game. Yeah, I remember the kind of CG cutscenes in this. They looked a bit weird, but I admired that they used the in-game sort of like models. They didn't go for that like full-on weird FMV, you know, like in Tomb Raider, where the FMVs just look kind of weird. They look weird, but not in the bad way. Yeah, I would probably play this and make a video on it. Nothing big, like not a 40-minute deep dive video, but this would be a fun one to play, I think. I remember liking it. And again, we didn't get this new or anything. This was just something we picked up in a used store. You forgot how much Jackie Chan was everywhere back in the day. He was everywhere. He was all over the place. He was a big star. I mean, his name is still like quite big now, but you know, he don't do much. Plus, he's getting on, and he's old guy now, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, when I was a kid, I watched a few of his movies, and it's just it's a good blend of like comedy and action. You know, I always liked what Jackie Chan did. So yeah, there's a game that kind of has that exact vibe. This one, I don't have much to say about it, unfortunately. I bought this for a video, haven't got around to playing it. Jersey Devil. I don't know a fat lot about this one because I haven't played it, except for the fact that if you play this on a PS3, the PS3 just shits itself. It rips the graphics to pieces. It doesn't like it. The whole screen goes crazy. That's if you play it on a slim PS3. I think if you're playing it on the original fat PS3, you're fine because it's hardware based. But yeah, the PS3 emulator does not like this game. This is heavy, by the way. This is inside here. There is a fat manual. This is like there's two. What? There's two. What? No wonder it's heavy. What the hell have I got two manuals for? I've never known this. Right, this one's in English. This is a totally different manual. What? This is a totally different manual. Hang on. Oh, this is a walkthrough guide. This tells you how to, like... I've never... There. Level 1. Shows you all the level. Shows you what to do, where to go. Yo, we got Dylan back. Hello. Your mum wouldn't buy you this because it had the word devil in it. Oh, that's a shame. You're a big boy now. You could buy this if you really wanted to. Whoa, what is this? 1. Hell. Oh, Alex, it says hell. Don't. Good God, it's got God's name there too. Oh my. Oh. Just get it off. Yeah. So it comes with a walkthrough. Wow. That's 2 games I own that have a walkthrough, because I've got a version of Dark Souls on the PS3 that gives you a strategy guide. She's loosened it up a lot, but yeah, she used to be quite religious. Okay. Oh, so it wasn't just because she didn't like the word. Oh. Yeah, this is a weird one. You only know this game thanks to Nitro Rad's video on it. Yeah, I think that may be where I'd heard of it, and then I saw there was a cheap copy on eBay, and I thought, I'll grab that. That might be something. Here you go. Look, the manual. It's like this is all German, I think now. The further you go into the manual, the more languages. I think this is Spanish. Yeah. So that's why we get these big, thick manuals. But then this is like doubly so, because you get a... This is cool. I like this. And it's like a proper color manual. It's got renders and color screenshots and like all this like promo artwork. That's very cool. I didn't even know that's why. I just assumed that like I had 2 copies of the manual. That's weird. If you suck at this game, here's how to play it step by step. Yeah, well, I mean, at least you still have to read it and figure out how you're going to do the thing it's asking you to do, I guess. It's kind of cool. Not to be confused with New Jersey Devil, where he spray tans and scams people at used car dealership. What? What? Oh my God, I've just spotted the next game as well. I'm not even... This is the 3rd stack, and there's 4 more, so okay, we're getting somewhere. But I'm rapidly running out of things to drink, which is not good. Anyway, I don't need to say too much about this one. I've done a video on it. It's Jinx for the PlayStation that came out in 2002. So yeah, this was 2 years after Jak and Daxter, or a year after Jak and Daxter. Yeah, it's not a great game. I did a full video on it. It's made by a sister studio of Traveller's Tales. They used to go by the name Tales Squared, and then they changed it to Hammerhead Limited or something. And it's not great. It's trying to be like a sort of Crash and Spyro clone, but it doesn't understand what made either of those games good. The music's like really short and repetitive. The ending doesn't really make any sense at all. Yeah, it's weird. But when I made that video, I was like, hey, this is probably the most Pete thing I could ever make a video on, so I'll just get it. And it was really cheap. The other thing with this, I'd mentioned it in that video, but this was a game that I knew I played as a kid, but no one knew what the hell I was talking about. And I didn't know what the game was called, so I couldn't look it up online, and eventually I found it. It turned out not to be very good, so yeah. Back to what we were talking about earlier, it sucks that PlayStation is stopping physical games, because even newer games like Astrobot give you stuff for getting it physically rather than digitally. Yeah, the Astrobot came with that cool little poster with all of the robots on the ship. Yeah, it was a nice little bonus, that was. And that game did numbers physically. That game like sold a lot. It's a shame. Anywho, last game of the stack. A bit of a PS1 classic, I think. Lego Racers. We got a Lego game, guys. Whoa, it's the only Lego game you're going to be seeing today, I think. I don't think I own any other Lego games. Not for the PS1, anyway. This game came to us from... Oh, Jer the Orc is here. I mentioned you earlier for something. There was... in one of the games, I think it was you that mentioned it, there was that Animal Kung Fu game. There was an advert for it. I think that was you. That's not the cover you remember. I'll tell you why, Alex, because it's not the cover. That's the manual. I don't even know what the cover for the game looks like. Yeah, so this game, I remember where it came from. So, um, my my mum, where she worked at the time, there was somebody buying a PS2. And in order to afford the PS2, they were selling all of their PS1 games. So they put all like, I think it was, I don't think it was the person, I think it was their son. But anyway, they bought all of their PS1 games to work, and they went round and said, "Does anybody want to buy any PS1 games?" And so my mom went and had a look at the PS1 games, and she saw Lego Racers, and there was maybe another couple, I don't know, but this was one of them. And yeah, she came home from work from work one day with a copy of Lego Racers. So yeah, I don't even know what the cover looks like, by the way. Yeah, I can't remember what game it was. I think it was in the first stack. Oh man, I need to cough. My voice is killing me. Yeah, I think it was in the first stack. I can't remember what game it was. I think it was an Activision game or something. But yeah, there was an advert for it in there. But yeah, Lego Racers, a bit of a classic. I remember it feels weird to control when you first start playing it, but you do get used to it. And I liked that you could customize your character and your vehicle. And yeah, it was all right. It was pretty good. As much as I want to end the stream because my voice is hurting, I kind of just want to do this in one go. I don't really want to get everything off the shelf again. So yeah. The menu music is Pete Core. I used the build music for something recently, one of my videos. I can't remember what it was, but I was talking about some kind of movement system where you could connect things together, and I was like, oh, Lego music. Yeah. Up there with the Scare Island orientation music. Yeah, it's up there. What else have I used recently? Bomberman music. That's a good one. There's one I keep listening to lately. I keep using Glover music, and I've never played Glover. But anyway, that's stack done. So I'm gonna go and grab another stack of games. I need to remember which one. This is L. So the next one I want is M. Here we go. We got some classics. Portal 2 music. I've used that before. I don't use it too often. I normally go for the oldies. Right, hang on, guys. Hang on. Here we go. Try and guess a game that begins with M. I have a couple of games here that begin with M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games that begin with M. Guess what the first one is? It's a PlayStation classic. It's probably, if you have a PlayStation, you've probably played this one. It's one that I played as a kid. I didn't finish as a kid, but I have since finished it. There's your clues. It's Gex! God damn it, Brent's good at this. Eminem's Meltdown. Ah, well, that's not this one, but we have. I like the fact you think Eminem's Meltdown. Oh, also you've mixed 2 games based on chocolate there, by the way, because there's Smarties Meltdown and Eminem's Shell Shocked. But I knew what you meant. But I like the fact you think that's a classic that everybody's played if they have a PlayStation. That's funny. But yeah, Mickey's Kart Racer. I technically did that earlier with that Disney World Tour, whatever it was. But anyway, yeah, a bona fide classic. Because medieval. It's DualShock compatible, by the way, and that sticker's on the outside of the case, so this must have been a display one. I don't know how come I have so many of these. You often forget that Smarties Meltdown exists. I always remember it exists thanks to Tomato Ghost, because he did a video on it. Yeah, medieval. This whole franchise is funny because there's 4 games within the franchise, and 3 of them are the same game, mostly. But yeah, I didn't get very far with this as a kid because it kind of scared me. This was a game that was my dad's, and he liked playing it, but I didn't. And I remember trying to justify not playing it by saying, "Oh, we should play it at Halloween when it's spooky," but then I didn't want to play it then either because I just didn't like it. These days, I love it. The vibes of this game are great. This is a funny game. As a kid, I thought it was really scary. What was this? You've played Medieval once and you didn't like it? Oh, that's a shame. I think you should. Okay, if you want to try this game again, play the PS4 remake. That's really good. That's a really, really good remake. But they did a PSP remake, but it was more like a reimagining, and that one wasn't great. It was okay. Um, the PSP version of this has like this really dumb sense of humor. Like they really made the humor really stupid. But the humor in this version, it's kind of like dark, kind of witty and kind of dry. Um, yeah, Mickey's Dick Smasher. Yeah, that's definitely the game that's next. It's definitely nothing to do with medieval. Um, yeah, this is a solid game. That you'll have to look into the PS4 version. Yeah, and this is the thing I've said as well with people at work that the fact that that remake is stuck on PS4 sucks. Like that should have got a PC release. They could just shadow drop the remake of Medieval on PC on a random Halloween, and I think people would buy it. Like it's a good remake, and it sucks that it's only on PS4. Medieval 2 also makes the game a lot more janky. What? Medieval 2 is janky, or Oh, a lot less janky. Okay. Interestingly, Creatures Lab, the studio behind Creatures, is the same studio as Medieval, as they would change their name to SCE Cambridge and later Gorilla Cambridge. What? So that's who Creature Labs was that I was talking about earlier. What? It was a Sony game. Okay. I'm enjoying these tidbits of information because I did not know that. What? It's still a wonder we didn't get a Medieval 2 remake on PS4. Yeah, I always said they should have called it like the Big Boner Bundle and just had like Medieval 1 and 2. The Big Boner Bundle, why not? Speaking of Medieval 2, haha, not played it. So we had Medieval on the PS1 forever. Like we've had this for the longest time. Medieval 2, I bought this like pretty much on the run up to Game Station not selling PS1 games anymore. I just went in there. I think I was with my mom at the time because we went to like a town to just do general shopping, and we saw that and was like, I've never played Medieval 2. Picked it up, never played it. It's been on my shelf the whole time. Brant, you're letting me know that the jump button for Bugs Bunny Lost in Time in PC is the D key? What? Why would it be the D key? What? I'm trying to picture where that... What? How do you move? Is it the arrow keys? It's one of those old school ones where it's the arrow keys. What? Yeah, I do mean to play Medieval 2. I say I've never played it. I think I've played the opening level. I kind of like the idea that you can put like his head on the hand and stuff and make him move around. Yeah, don't have much to say, unfortunately. They did make elements of this canon to the remake on PS4 though, because there's like I think you can get the super armor or something. I don't know. There's some time travel bullshit at the end of Medieval 2, but I've never played it. Sony was weird back then. They bought Ben's studio, who were known for Bubsy 3D, and then they made Siphon Filter, Uncharted Golden Abyss, and Days Gone. Yeah, I knew that was Ben's studio. Yeah, it sucks, man, because they've got some really cool studios, but then they've like gutted them over the years. I mean, what was it? Japan studio, like they've always made like quirky and weird games, and yeah, they don't exist anymore except for the people that work at like Team Asobi. It's yeah, it sucks. Why wasn't this on the Medieval remake? I know, right? Why are there 4 games in this series and 3 of them are this one? Like, why? It's weird. Yeah, the last thing about Medieval I heard was that they were going to do an animated movie or something, but that fell through. It could be worse. Could be like a bunch of ZX Spectrum games where you use Q and A to go up and down and comma and full stop to go left and right. What? Oh, I'm just looking at my keyboards way over there. Normally it's here. What? Ugh. Don't be talking to me about controls like that. Anywho, here's another one. I bought this for a potential video, but it never went anywhere. Don't have much to say about it, except I played it at a friend's house once. Mickey's Wild Adventure. This is like the most Super Nintendo-ass PS1 game I own. Was it a Super Nintendo game? I mean, it looks like one. I think it has 3D backgrounds, maybe, but I'm not sure. I think that's a 3D background. I don't even know who made this, because it just says Disney Interactive. I wonder who made this. Maybe it was Traveller's Tales, because I've seen that John Burton. It was a SNES game originally. Okay, so it's just a port. Wow. Let me just try and find the credits section here. Who made this? This is telling me about the levels. Good luck. And now everything's French, so I don't know who made this. It was Traveller's Tales. Okay, yeah, I guessed right, yeah, because that John Burton, he did a video about a Mickey Mouse game, and I wasn't sure if it was this one. Yeah, don't have much to do about this. Thoughts on Sony not talking about that Sly Cooper movie? Well, it should be coming out anytime soon, right? Because they did a trailer, and it said coming soon, so it's like any time, any day now, really. Surely that's when it's coming out. Yeah, I think the Sly Cooper movie should have been a TV series, but TV series weren't really like a big thing then. Everything wanted to be a movie back then. So, I guess this could be considered a classic. I played it quite a bit back in the day. Micro Machines V3. I don't know why I played it so much because, again, I'm an only child, so I don't really know why I wanted this one. But I think me and my dad played this a few times. And I always enjoyed putting the cheats on where you could play as props in the levels. And I would always play as a Bumblebee and drive the car backwards so it looked like you was playing as a Bumblebee. That's all I got with this one. Yeah. What was this? Sega game. What? It was a new game. Oh, it was a Sega game. It may have been based off of the advanced version. There was an advanced version? What? I'm learning more about Mickey Mouse games. It's a shame that if a 5th game will be made, you won't play it because it won't be released physically. Yeah, it sucks, man. I went out of my way to buy a copy of Sly 4 physically last year when I did my Sly 1 video. Oh no, it's been 2 years. I should probably get to Sly 2. Do you think they'd make a tie-in remake of the first Sly game like they did for Ratchet and Clank? Man, I'd low-key like that. I mean, you know, the Sly people haven't eaten very well for a long time with a bunch of levels missing. Yeah, that's the thing. And also, they'd probably make Sly look like how he did in PlayStation Move Heroes, where he's got, like, fur, and it looks weird. Codemasters Value Series Maximum Multiplayer Racing. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this one, guys. It's Micro Machines. I played Micro Machines V2 on the Super Nintendo, I think. I played that quite a bit, and maybe that's why I ended up with this, but I certainly didn't have Micro Machines V2 myself, so I don't know. I think I played it at a friend's house. Look, anything Sly Cooper would be nice, I think, and I've played Sly 4 and I liked Sly 4, but I wasn't wearing my review hat, you know, I was just kind of playing it, so I don't know. I've got to get to Sly 2, man. Anyway, here's one that was mentioned earlier by Alex, although the name was slightly different back then, but yeah, Eminem Shell Shocked. This is another Crash Bandicoot clone, and it's alarmingly close to Crash Bandicoot at times. You can spin, and you jump on boxes, and there's vehicle levels. I don't remember it being amazing, but I did try to finish this back in the day. I wanted this game. This wasn't one that was given to me. I wanted it. I don't know why. This was one I wanted, and maybe it was a birthday present. I don't know, but yeah. I can't remember. I think the FMVs in this game are pretty good because I think they basically just rendered out the same stuff that they put in the adverts. And they got, I'm pretty sure J.K. Simmons voices the yellow peanut M&M in this. And yeah, Billy West as well. I'm pretty sure they just, to keep it on brand, I'm pretty sure they're there. But not a great game from what I remember. And if Jer the Orc is here, then he'll know I watched I Don't Have a Nose Reviews video about this game quite recently. And yeah, it kind of reaffirmed my memory. I was like, yeah, I don't remember it being very good. Sly, you gotta press the circle button to stop reading this in my voice, Sly. He's like a whiny moany bitch in that first one, but I like him. The two Ghost games are fun, but they're no Sly. I haven't finished Ghost of Tsushima, and it annoys my friends because it's been on my to-do list for ages, and I just never got around to it. I'm getting so much like glare. I think it's because the cover inside of this is wonky. It's oh, there's a moth. Can you see it? Oh, there's a moth right here in front of me. It's landing on my Micro Machines V3. Get out of here. Yeah, this is all messed up. I hate these fiddly box art things. They go behind those little like teeth on the case. I hate them. I'm glad they found a better way to do this on the PS2. These are awful. If any of those snap, then you can't put the box art in properly. Who made this, I wonder? Are those on the back of the case? Joe Wood Productions. Who the hell are they? Yeah, not too much more to say. Oh, the picture is on the... That feels really low quality. What the hell? That feels like paper. Okay. Weird. Strange. Feeling up my discs on the stream. Don't let the moths eat my clothes. Well, it's hot today, so if the moths ate my clothes while I'm here on the stream, it probably wouldn't be so bad. Oh, that dog stopped barking. I can open my window. I just forgot. Hang on. That's better. I think that dog stopped barking about 3 hours ago. Oh, man. Have I ever played Bushido Blade? I have played Bushido Blade. I played it at a friend's house. I liked it conceptually. Is that the one? If it's the one I'm thinking of, is that the one where it's like hyper realistic samurai sword fighting, where if you slice somebody's arm, it'll just like bleed out or just chop off or something? Do I have any multiple copies of games? Yeah, Driver. I found that out tonight. I've got a loose copy of Driver in a binder, and then I've got Driver on disc. Yeah. There's a few games I own across multiple platforms because I like the game, but speaking of, this is one of them. It's the legendary game itself. It's the one and only Monsters Inc. Scare Island. These games keep catching the light. I think I need to move it or something. There we go. Yeah, absolutely banger tutorial level music. The whole soundtrack is pretty good, but the tutorial level in particular is just oof. It's good. Otherwise, it's okay. It's a decent enough movie tie-in kind of game. It's not strictly tied to the movie. It's like a kind of prequel to the movie. Oh, by the way, if Goblin Bricks is still here, it's his birthday. It's his birthday today now. If we were on our 4th or 5th heat wave, is it really a heat wave anymore, or is it just normal? Yeah, it's not great. Although lately, I've done pretty well at timing my weeks off work with the heat waves. Not that I knew when they were happening, but yeah, this is the second time I'm off work, like on holiday, and it's a heat wave, and it's like, cool, I'll just chill in my house. But yeah, this is, I bought the PS2 version of this about, I don't know, 7 years ago or something, I don't know. And yeah, this one's probably better. The PS2 version looks ugly. It uses horrible character models. But otherwise, it's the same game, just with like slightly better graphics. But yeah, this one's all right. This one was it by the folks at A2M? I think it was. Doesn't say anything on the case anywhere. Maybe they knew not to use their name that said A2M on a Disney title. But yeah, decent game. Tutorial music is like one of the best pieces of music ever. Pretty good. Okay, not bad. Next up, this is one I wasn't super keen on, but it was all right. It was this Muppet game. In fact, I think this is out of order. I think LMNOPQR. No, the next one's, yeah, it's in the right order. So yeah, this is kind of a sort of Spyro ripoff type game. You play as Robin, who's here for some reason, like tiny little guy on the case. Yeah, you play as Robin, and all the other Muppets have been turned into monsters, and you have to like go through platforming levels that are kind of Spyro-ish. And yeah, it's apparently this was going to be a movie, and the movie got scrapped, and so the ideas for it got turned into this game, which that was kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, you think if BBC can style out the acronym, then A2M were being a bit self-conscious. Yeah, this is true. Our good old Broadcasting Corporation, they're still rocking that name, even though it's got a very unfortunate thing these days, thanks to the internet. Man, look, they even got all the Muppets like dressed up in funny costumes and stuff. So maybe this was a remnant of the movie that got cancelled, or maybe they just did it to promote the game. Oh, excuse me. It's fucking 12:15 at night. What am I doing? Yeah, this was made by Magenta Software. They made the Stuart Little 2 game, which I can't remember if I own. I don't think I do. We'll find it if I do. I can't remember. It's getting late. But yeah, this game's okay. If you like Spyro and that sort of thing. Who's my favourite Muppet? Oh, damn. Maybe Animal. But that might be because Animal was like a drummer and my dad was a drummer, so maybe Animal. I kind of always liked Gonzo because he was a bit of a weird guy. Kermit's a good one. But that's like the easy choice, you know. Maybe Pepe. Pepe's kind of funny. Unfortunately, now, whenever I think of the Muppets, I just think of how Jeff Keighley roped them into being at the Game Awards, and it's like, can't we just have one nice thing? Stuart Little 2 is okay. It's an okay platformer. Yeah, this is an okay platformer too, and it's made by the same people, so it feels a lot like it from when I played the demo of Stuart Little 2. Who's my favourite Stuart Little character? I mean, I really couldn't tell you. I don't remember. Maybe Stuart because he's voiced by Michael J. Fox, and I like Michael J. Fox. If anything happens to that man, I'm going to be very sad. Anyway, yeah, sticking with the theme, whoosh, we got more Muppet. I haven't played much of this one, but I played a demo of it a lot back in the day, and it was pretty fun. And I bought this thinking, hey, I might do a video on it, and guess what? I never did. I think the weird thing about this is to unlock tracks and that you have to play through the whole game in single player first, which is like the cardinal sin of kart races. Like, why would you make it single player? Mario Kart Wii is the same as well. If you want the other tracks, you got to finish the whole game single player. It sucks. What is this? It's funny that the one most consistently entertaining part of the TGA are the Muppets. Yeah. You're forgetting the fact it's hosted by a Muppet as well, that show. Yeah, I would be lying if I said you knew any Stuart Little character. Oh, okay. I thought you... Good. I thought that was a genuine question. I was going to say, I'm not... I don't know. I know they're based on a book, but yeah. I should probably play this. I think... Isn't that Toy Story racing game going to be included in the retro roundup that comes out in October? And then that's basically a reskin of this game, or this is a reskin of that. If I was going to pick one, I'd probably pick this, I guess. Muppets are kind of zany and wacky. The music in this is good. There's one of the music tracks from the studio level, which is like forever stuck in my head. Yeah, not bad. Not a bad game. This one, the next one, is going to be maybe the easiest thing to show and explain what it is, because everybody knows what this game is. It's fucking Tetris. I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah, the screenshots there. I'm not even going to stick around with this one. It's Tetris, guys. Yeah, moving on. You know what the thing is? I don't even think this is the only Tetris game, but it's not here. I can't remember what the other one's called, but yeah, maybe we'll come across another Tetris game. No way is that Tetris. I swear that's Tetris. I'm not lying. This one, on the other hand, I do have more to say, but I could probably talk about it in a video one day. In fact, I already did, because it's Pac-Man World. Pretty good game. You know, they took Pac-Man and turned it into a 3D platformer, and that was pretty good. I just remember that one boss was really annoying. There was that, was it like the Mayan temple boss or something, and you got chased by a mummy? I don't know. Yeah, pretty good game though. It got a remake as well. It's wild. This got a remake. It was stuck on PS1 for like how many years, and then it just randomly got a full remake announced during a Nintendo Direct the one day, and now we've got a second game that's got a remake too. So yeah, not bad. I'd probably say to just play the remake though. At this point, I thought the remake was pretty good, but you know, sail the high seas, get yourself one of these ones and play this one, I guess. The music in this is good. They kind of reused the music in the remake, but not fully. It was a bit of a weird one. Pac-Man didn't have a smooth transition to 3D. I don't know of any other 3D, but this one is pretty good. This is a fun little 3D platformer. You can make him bounce around like a ball, and it's fun. I've actually been talking so long, I feel like my jaw is going to click. No, it's fine. Pac-Man World's a fun time. You remember the PS1 original of the few PS1 games to have proper widescreen support? It did? Wow. I just, by default with PS1, I just don't even bother trying to do widescreen. I think I just don't associate it. Oh, excuse me, yawning. Oh man, I should have done this stream earlier, but my neighbors were being too loud. But yeah, Pac-Man, there we go. This next one has got a price sticker on it, which is just obscene to think about, but I definitely didn't pay this much. But it's Pandemonium, and it was £45 at one point in a shop called Our Price, which I think that was a big high street retailer thing here in the UK for a while. You know what? I'm going to bundle this with the next one because it makes sense too. Pandemonium 1 and 2. I can't really get them both on the screen without them being glare. Yeah. I bought these two. Again, these are video fodder. It did not cost me that much. I think I paid maybe about £8 for each of these, maybe. I was thinking of doing a video, and these are the games that people used to correct me when I was trying to explain Jinx on the PS1, the other Jester game. I was trying to explain Jinx to people, and no one knew what I was talking about, and they kept saying, "Oh, you must be thinking of Pandemonium because of the Jester." And he's like, "No, I'm thinking of 3D." And these are 2.5D. I have never played Pandemonium 2. I don't know what the difference is. Apparently this is £12. Maybe that's how much I paid. That looks like a new sticker. Is there one on the back? No. What was this? Our Price. Was that like a competitor to HMV? I think it was. They still exist? Wow, okay. I might look into that. Yeah, I think I used to work in a food store, and my manager at that food store, I think he was a manager at Our Price back in the day, because I remember him telling me stories about when certain CDs came out or something. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about these. I've played like maybe the first 2 or 3 levels of Pandemonium. Never ever played the second one, but I just figured grab them both. Yeah, Crystal Dynamics. Man, they were doing all sorts of shit back in the day. Oh, excuse me. Again, yawning. Fucking hell. We are like in the halfway. This is now that this stack, there's 3 more stacks, so we're doing it. And that is the stack complete there for that one. So the next stack begins with the letter R. So straight away, there's a bunch of R games. You probably know what they're going to be. I'm just going to rejig things, move them around. This stack is not as big as well. So there we go. I kind of made sure that each stack ends on a letter. There we go. We got the guess. It's the old comedically misspelt guess, but it's the guess. You got it. It's Raymond. Whoa, something felt loose in there. That was no, it's just the ginormous manual. Yeah, this game's okay. I'm not the biggest fan in the world. I did my video on it. I will admit I kind of made that video out of obligation because it made more sense to me to do the trilogy. If I do that with Gex, I probably won't do that. I will just skip to the second game because it's 3D. It's alright. I would strongly recommend anybody that wants to play this to just look up Rayman Redemption. It was a fan game made by Raymani, and it's like an expanded super edition of Rayman with like loads of quality of life upgrades, and widescreen and 60 FPS and references to the later games. This PS1 version, yeah, I mean, it's alright. The music kicks ass. And annoyingly, when they did that Rayman collection recently, they had to use different music and it sounds awful. Like, only the PS1 version. They can't use the PS1 music for some reason, and it sounds like shit. And it's like, well, that's kind of like maybe my only reason to buy that thrown out the window. So yeah, if I buy that Rayman collection, it will be for the sake of owning it, but I don't know. Does anyone remember when Mad TV did a parody of Everyone Loves Rayman? What? No. I will look that up. I figured that was just like the easy joke that everybody made, but if it was a real thing, that would be kind of fun. Raymani has a new game coming out called Connie that looks fun. It's Rayman inspired. Yes, shout out to Connie and the Essence of Chaos. I played the demo of that, and yeah, it you know, it kind of felt like Rayman Redemption, but an original thing, so we can actually sell it and earn money. So I'm going to buy that when it comes out. I'm pretty sure it's not out yet, but I played the demo and it was fun. I'm going to skip over this next one pretty quick because I don't have a fat lot to say about it. But it's the kid edutainment version of Rayman. I think, and I don't know why, I think this is one I actually wanted back in the day, but I don't know why, and it sucks, and I can't get rid of it now because it's not worth anything, so, yeah, whatever. Have I played the KO the Kangaroo games? Little bit. I played a little bit of KO 1, when... I'm trying to think now. When all three of the games got relaunched on Steam, somebody from Tate Multimedia emailed me a copy of like the three games, which was nice of them. And I was going to do videos, and again, I just never got around to it. But the first one on PC, the controls suck, so I ended up just emulating the Dreamcast version because it's got controller support that way. The first one's... it's okay, I guess. It's super simple, and then I've played like a little bit of KO2. I want to play them though. KO2 and 3 look fun. Next up, we're kind of on a theme for the next couple games. Rayman 2, probably the worst version of Rayman 2. Now that I know that for myself, you know, because it's got like frame rate issues and the levels, like half of the game is missing. It's insane. I didn't know that until I played the other versions for my video. Half the game is missing, and then the levels that are there are still cut down even further. It's got voice acting in 3 languages, and maybe that's why they had to make concessions elsewhere. It's weird. But at the end of the day, I've always said this, like, it's the worst version of Rayman 2, but it's still Rayman 2, so it's mostly good. It's just half of what should be there isn't. So yeah. Rayman's big brain games for big brain boys. Yeah, well, that probably explains why I'm doing what I'm doing today. I'm talking about PS1 games at 12:30 in the morning, because I got a big old brain, I guess, or I've got something going on up there. I don't know. You tried to play the KO games and you wasn't impressed. Yeah, the first one's there. It's all right. I've got again, another game. I bought the KO reboot thing, and I've played a bit of it, but I haven't finished it. But yeah, don't really know what else to say about this. I did a massive video on Rayman 2. Go watch it, maybe. The next one, I can kind of say the opposite, because it's Rayman Rush, which, I'm not going to lie, this could well be my next video, along with all the other versions of it. So I don't really need to say too much, because people saw me live stream it, and I kind of made my thoughts. kind of clear. But this specific version of it is like solely focused on the racing mode, which you know, although it's kind of glitchy and it's got cut content, it's kind of the most focused version of it. And I like the box art; it's cool. And I played a demo of this back in the day because I mentioned it earlier. Yeah, it's a racing spin-off of Rayman 2 specifically because it's got all the Rayman 2 and the robot pirates and stuff. I have a lot to say about this one, but I'm going to save my voice because I'm going to be talking about it into the microphone maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. I got to finish the script. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. This is one I've considered doing an April Fool's video on, and that could still happen one day. It is The Land Before Time Return to the Great Valley. And this sucks. Last time I played through this, I did gather footage of it back in the day, and it took me about 35 minutes to finish the game, I think. It's really short, and it's made by the same people that made Elmo's Number Journey. So, yeah, do what you will with that. You can kind of understand what kind of games they make. Although, in fairness, this is a 3D platformer, and it's kind of funny because it actually says, hang on, let it focus. Now in 3D. Whoa. Yeah, it is a 3D platformer, but this is like baby's first 3D platformer. You know, this is like, it's also like kind of insulting to baby's first platformer because, you know, even as a young kid, I thought this is like really simple. Oh yeah, The Land Before the Time. It had like 7,000 sequels that went straight to DVD. It's insane. I think they did like 9 of them or something. It was crazy. And yeah, they did a 3D platformer. They also did a racing game on PS1, which I don't own. But yeah, this is one of those kind of kid-friendly fodder games that I think I was given for something. I don't know. It's yeah, ironically, I kind of want to go back and play it just to see what it's like. I could stream it, but the stream would only last about 45 minutes, so yeah. Here's another one. Famous PlayStation game, Rugrats. I think a lot of people had this one. The weird thing is, I wasn't a Nickelodeon kid. I was a Cartoon Network kid. And I guess Cartoon Network games just didn't happen, maybe. Played a bunch of this one back in the day, though. Yeah, for what it is, it's a pretty decent game. It's kind of janky. It kind of makes you do platforming with the worst platforming controls known to man. But hey, it was all right. So all right that it got. Oh, you just think, yeah, that one golf level. Do you remember that golf level where you could like, you go into the pyramid and there's like a whole maze down there and there's like a robot and it's got nothing to do with the rest of the mini golf mini game. It's just this thing that can like scare you and you have to go down there to get like Reptar tokens or something. Kadikarus made that recent video on the Rugrats games. Very unhinged. Yeah, I did watch that one, I think. I've said it before over the years. I don't mind Kadikarus these days, but his style, he went in the polar opposite direction to me. Like, he went full unhinged, whereas I was just like, I just kind of want to talk about the games. Yeah, he went full, like, what is it, that thing he does every now and then where he gets, like, a pair of stretchy trousers and pulls them right up to his neck and then runs around his garden with no arms? I'm like, I could never do that. If my neighbors saw me doing that, yeah, so props to him, but yeah, crazy. You only ever played this game's sequel, Rugrats Studio Tour. Well, the thing is, I never played that, except I did, because it's right here. And apparently it was a brand new release when we got it. I doubt that, though. Yeah, I played this one quite a bit, too. I probably played the first one a lot more, but, you know, it's more of the same, basically. Oh, excuse me. Getting tired, but I want to finish this stream. I want to do this. We're gonna take as long as we need. Yeah, if you played one of these, you've played the other. It's just more of it, I think. I guess I kind of like that the characters wear different outfits in this version. That's cool, but yeah, I couldn't tell you much more about this one. Yeah, again, weird. I wasn't a Nickelodeon kid. I really wasn't. I didn't watch SpongeBob, didn't watch Rugrats. I certainly didn't watch any. I was gonna say any live action stuff, but that was more Disney. I didn't watch Disney Channel either because they kept doing live action kids shows. Um, I can't remember what any of them were, but every time like put that channel on, and it was a live action person doing something, I'm like, what are you doing? I want to watch a cartoon, you friggin' dork. But anyway, that's my stack. That's my stack for the letter R. P Q R S. Okay, we're going to the S stack. Cartoon Network was for the cool kids, man. There was so much cool stuff on Cartoon Network. Even up until like when I started secondary school, there was still cool stuff. Like around about that time, they were doing like Ben 10, and that show was cool back then. You know. You always watch Cartoon Network. Johnny Bravo and Foster's Home were your favorites. Yeah, I kind of grew up in the era where they had the section called cartoons. So it was like Johnny Bravo, Ed, Edd and Eddie, Cow and Chicken. There was another one. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's gone. Dexter's Laboratory. You know, those. They're a bunch of my favorites. Anywho, 2 more stacks. This one, I believe the entire stack is dedicated to the letter S. So, yeah, here's one that I Am Weasel. I actually preferred that to Cow and Chicken, but you had to watch Cow and Chicken because it was like within. Oh, do you remember Grim and Evil too? That was called Grim and Evil, and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. That was a great show. I love the Grim Reaper in that show because he's like the proper sort of Jamaican voodoo limbo Grim Reaper. He's great. You watched Cartoon Network up until you was around 12, then you got into Nickelodeon for a bit when they were showing old Ren and Stimpy. Oh, I never watched Ren and Stimpy. That was probably the one Nickelodeon thing I kind of regret not seeing too much of. Anywho, here we go. This is another Looney Tunes game that I didn't own as a kid. I bought this to make a video on it if I ever redo the Bugs Bunny stuff. Like the story of my life, haven't got round to it. Evil Konkani was added to Tubi a while ago. I don't know what Tubi is, but Evil Konkani, that was like the other half of Grim and Evil, wasn't it? I definitely preferred like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I liked how they put, before I get to this game, I liked how they put the characters from Evil Konkani into a few episodes of Billy and Mandy. And one of them was that General Scar was like their neighbor, and he kept pretending that he was happy with his life, but he really just wanted to go back to like taking over the world. That was just funny, man. Tubi is a free streaming platform. Okay, well, you learned something new. I didn't know that. How about this? Sheepdog and Wolf. I believe this is called Sheep Raider overseas. How many people are here, by the way? Streamlabs tells me one thing, and then this is telling me another. I think there's 11, but it's fine. We're in the long run. Yeah, this is like a 3D platformer stealth puzzle game. I've only played one. You exist. You do exist. I know you exist. You're one of 11. Does it count me as one of those 11 though? I don't know. This is the thing. Yeah, I've heard good things about this game. Yeah, Square Eye Jack, he's the one that told me to buy this. We were talking about it in a voice call the one day, like the Looney Tunes stuff, and he said you should play Sheepdog and Wolf or Sheep Raider or whatever. And yeah, it's because of him I bought this, but I haven't really played much of it. And yeah, I'm aware it has a good soundtrack too. When I did my the video game dancer stuff, I'm sure I used one of the tracks for that, but I can't remember. So yeah, unfortunately, I haven't played much of this. The one thing I do remember about this game, and it was like one of those moments in Looney Tunes where, I would, if it happened in real life, I would have turned into a lollipop with the sign soccer, like, on my head or something, because the bonus level in this, I fell for the oldest Looney Tune trick in the book where you chase Roadrunner and then he runs through a tunnel and it looked so convincing, and I ran into the wall, and I was like, oh my... As soon as I hit the wall, I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe they got me with that trick, because it was really well done. That's the only thing I remember about this game, and I was like, fucking hell, that was so well done. So yeah, the Wile E. Coyote mini game that you do, that was fun. Speaking of Square-Eyed Jack, oh, here we go. Shout out to him, I guess. Yeah, we got another thing related to him, because he just did a video on this game, and it was a good video. And apparently this came from W.H. Smith, and it cost £20. Yeah, I played this a bit back in the day. You know, I remember it being okay, but I've since played it a bit, and I've since seen 2 people's videos in my friend circle that both say it's not very good. So, yeah, I guess it's not very good. It's the only wrestling game I own. I don't really care about wrestling all that much. So, yeah, don't have much to say about it, really. I think everything that you could possibly want to know about this game, you could just go and watch it on Square-Eyed Jack's channel, I guess, because he did that video. It's a weird one. Was this before or after Fox Interactive got sued by Sega? Was that for Simpsons Road Rage, was it? That's I can't really be bothered to look up when Simpsons Road Rage came out, but this came out 2001. I suppose I could look up Simpsons Road. Oh, well, I can't, because my keyboard's normally here. My keyboard's over there. I'm not doing it. We'll have to co-op this one. That's exactly why. Yeah. I haven't played Simpsons Road Rage either. I've definitely played Simpsons Hit and Run. That came with my PS2. Square-Eyed Jack just do a video on it, and it was a good video. So this has got a connection to another YouTuber. I don't know if anyone here is going to be familiar with him, but I can talk about him. So this is Speed Freaks. So I bought this off one of my YouTube buddies. We haven't spoken in a very long time, but he goes by the name Snooping Turtle, or at least he did. He doesn't really do videos on that channel anymore. He's kind of busy doing other things. But yeah, a few years back, he was selling a bunch of his games. So I bought this, and I bought a Game Boy Advance copy of Monsters, Inc. That's it. That's all I bought off him, I think. If there is something else, I certainly don't remember what it is. I played the shit out of the demo of this back in the day. I played the demo so much. It's on the front cover of one of those demo discs I pointed out earlier. Yeah, I played it a lot. It only had one track. You could only play as one character, but I really liked it, and then I never got around to playing the full game. And yeah, when I saw that he was selling his copy, I was like, sure, go for it. I don't think it cost me very much. And yeah, I was actually thinking of doing a video on this kind of soon-ish in the future, because I remember it quite well. Oh, so wrestling was about 6 months before Road Rage. Well, there you go. It didn't get sued by, what's his name? The guy that was in charge of WWE. What's his name? Vince something. I'm always seeing silly clips of that guy. Holy moly, halfway through the penultimate stack. Alex, we got a good one here. You're still here. We got a good one. You know what it is. It begins with S, and it's on the PlayStation. Yeah, pretty good game. Pretty janky game. I think for everybody else in the chat that doesn't know, one of my ill-fated videos that didn't survive the transition to me not being as wacky as I used to be was a collab video with Pause Break, who's in the chat, and it was about this game. And yeah, it's a pretty good game. I mean, Spider-Man games have evolved into other things over the years, you know, like mostly open world stuff, but this was like a 3D version of the old Super Nintendo Spider-Man games, and it was pretty good. And they used the Tony Hawk engine, sorry, the Apocalypse engine to make this game. I forgot to send it you, I'm sorry. I've had a busy week at work, and because my hours have been cut, I've been trying to get commissions for logos, and I've been talking to people and doing work at home, and I just, yeah, remind me tomorrow and I will do it. But yeah, tomorrow morning I've got to work on a logo for someone, so yeah. Pretty good game. Highly recommend this one. It's janky, but I like it. The story for this is fun, and there's somebody on YouTube. I don't know their username, but there's somebody who's like reanimating all of the cutscenes for this game, but in this sort of drawn crayon kind of style. And it looks really cool. It's really fitting, and just all the voice acting for the cutscenes, especially Venom, is so much fun in this game. I wish we had like Goofy Venom team up with Spider-Man in a game. It's always the suit. Oh yeah, I said that Blue Cat looked like Stuffer. I forgot about that. Yeah, and you said that it looked like someone's aunt had just showed up on set one day on the PS1 because she doesn't have a mask. It's just some random grey-haired woman. Um, Another childhood classic of yours, Hideki. Yeah, I think a lot of people played this one. Like, it sold really well. So much so that it got a sequel, and it was only on the PS1. Yeah. I'm already at full health. And I'm trying to think of some of the things Venom says in that sewers level. Is like, warmer, you're getting warmer. He made a pun about spiders as well, but I forget what it was. Yeah, Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro. This one's platinum. So this one, I think. Oh, earlier. Okay, yeah. So earlier on, I was saying about how Lego Racers was something that my mom's friend at work sold her because their son was getting a PS2. This was another one of those games. Again, and it's another one that doesn't have a cover. It's only the manual in there. Yeah, this was another one of those games. So this is how I first played Spider-Man. And that's why my copy is a little bit scratched. This one, I think it was a brand new copy, but we didn't buy it when it came out. The only thing you remember about Enter Electro is that they had to change the final boss area because it was based on the Twin Towers, and the game came out shortly after September 11th. Yeah, I remember that too. It might even be that there's some versions of this game that still contain the Twin Towers, I think. I might be wrong about that, though. But yeah, this version, I remember because I did my video on it a few years back. It's the sort of interconnected fake tower. Yeah, it happened with the movie, too. The trailer for Spider-Man 1 has him, like, swing around like the Twin Towers or something, and they just had to, get rid of that. What was that thing earlier? I think who said something earlier on September 11th. There was a game that came out or something. I can't remember. It was ages ago now. 3 hours in. There was a game that came out on September 11th. Was it? It was an N64 game or something. I can't remember. It's gone. Somebody said something earlier. It was too long ago. Yeah, Spider-Man 2, I would recommend this. It's pretty good, but it's not as good as the first one. But this one was made by Vicarious Visions. So they're the ones that made, like, Crash Nitro Kart, and the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 remake. I listed a bunch of games that they made in my video on... I can't even remember what videos I've made now. What Vicarious Visions? It was probably one of the Tony Hawk things. Yeah. There's a Muppet movie where Kermit wasn't born in... What? I'm gonna have to read. There's a Muppet movie where if Kermit wasn't born, the Twin Towers were still there, but when he was born, the Twin Towers are gone. Oh my god. That's some multiverse shit. I don't think we're ready for that. The Kermit verse. Yeah. Right, next up, a game. I think I asked for this, but I don't know why. It's another Nickelodeon thing. I don't even like SpongeBob. I never liked SpongeBob, but I couldn't have asked for this. This must have been some sort of, like... Kermit... Oh, Portal Runner, that was the one. It was you who mentioned it. Yeah, Portal Runner. So, yeah, so Kermit being born is what caused Portal Runner to exist, which in turn caused 9/11 to happen. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I didn't get very far with this. I find SpongeBob as a character really kind of annoying. Never really liked SpongeBob. So I don't know why I would have asked for this. So I'm inclined to think it was given to me for like a birthday present or something. Um, this is some 2D, 2.5D platformer game. I think it has a Game Boy Advance version as well. I'm trying to hold it up so that the camera can see it. I like that my camera does autofocus, so that's pretty good. But yeah, it's like a 2.5D thing. I remember the running animation for SpongeBob has a really weird like sound effect that goes along with it too. Yeah, it's just not for me. Somebody paid £10 for this. It's no. Doing some googling, it's from A Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie from 2002. Wow. I haven't seen many Muppet movies. I think the only Muppet movie I've ever seen is A Muppet's Christmas Carol. That's it. Oh, we're getting to the good shit now. We got a trilogy of great games that begin with the letter S. You all know what they are. My beloved. Yeah. This is one of my earliest memories of a PS1 game. Sat down, played this with my dad. We really liked it. I think my dad liked the kind of the colors and the music. I think he really liked the music. And it was kid friendly, so it was good enough for me. How old was I when this came out? 1998. It's very late right now. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I was 5. I was 5. Yeah, and there's like a sort of Spyro adjacent story I could tell if I grab something off my shelf. Hopefully without making everything fall over. Yeah, so I got this fella here. This is actual Spyro merchandise from back in the day. It's even got the little Spyro logo on it. I didn't get it back then. I found this guy in a charity shop, and my dad decided to buy it for me when we both saw it. We were both just sort of somewhere. I think we'd been dragged somewhere with my mom or something, and we saw this. And my dad got it me because years and years before, this was when Spyro was still relatively new. We went to a fun fair, like a carnival type thing, where there's like games where you can like throw the balls at the targets, and if you hit the target, you win a teddy or whatever. And this stall had these massive Spyro the Dragon plushies, and me and my dad thought it was amusing that no one knew who it was. People were just saying like, "Oh, can I win the dragon? I'll have the dragon." And we kept thinking like, it's not a dragon, it's Spyro. It's the Spyro. And my dad tried to win me one, and these were like big plushies. And those games are rigged, so it didn't work out. So then, probably about 10 years later, when we just randomly saw this Spyro plushie in a charity shop, it was like, it came full circle, My dad got me the Spyro plushie in the end. So, yeah, there you go. Story time. I'm going to put him back on the shelf. He's often in the background of my videos. He's on the shelf behind me. You got one of Crash also. I've technically had that Crash plushie in my possession, but it was to help Jack get it, Square-Eyed Jack. He, I think he ordered it for his partner, but he found one on eBay UK, and so whenever I kind of help him out with that sort of thing, he pays me back, and I helped him get it. So I've had that in my possession. I think I took a picture of it with my Spyro plushie, but yeah. And anyway, obviously the next 2 games in my collection here, Spyro 2, Spyro 3. This is my favorite. This has the same problem as Crash 3. There's too much other shit. I prefer this to Crash 3 though. I would much rather play this over Crash 3. And I don't dislike this as much as I used to. It's kind of grown on me. I think when I last played the Reignited trilogy, I was like, oh, actually, this is all right. It's not too bad. It's pretty fun. Yeah, the Spyro games. Okay, so we got one more stack, and then I can call it quits and I can go to bed. But let me just sort everything out. You love how dopey the Yeti looks. Yeah, because it's our weird box art, isn't it? I'll leave it here while I sort out the other stack. Woohoo. Yeah, he's kind of derpy looking. The I think it's the US one where they're all charging towards the screen. That one's probably better. All right, here we go. Last stack. Move it to one side. Put this one over here. And because I've like reversed alphabetized the stacks, it means I can just put them back on my shelf in the same order. I don't need to mess about. So, here we go. Next one. It's this is from the letter T all the way down to the end of the alphabet. We got Tarzan. I'm not a big fan of this one. I played it again a few years ago for a video, and I tried to gather footage of it, and yeah, I'm not feeling it. It's really kind of janky. Who made this? Eurocom made this. I think I actually said that early in the stream. Yeah, man, it's 2.5D, but it's kind of janky. It's really stiff to control, and annoyingly, this doesn't work. This copy of the game doesn't work. I think there are 2 PS1 games in my whole collection that just do not work, and this is one of them. And I can't even remember why, because last time I checked, I don't think the disc is scratched. No, it's not scratched at all, so I don't know why, but last time I tried to play it, it just wouldn't have it. Apparently I don't have the manual for this, which is weird, because I don't think this was a used game. Yeah, I also don't know why I've got 2 flappy sleeve things here. You're back from a meeting. I'm still going. I'm doing this to the end, man. Like, I'm not splitting this stream up into 2. We're doing it. It's silent outside. Oh, and also earlier on I said there's another Tetris game coming. We have found it. I don't need to explain much of this. It's fucking Tetris. I think there is a gimmick with this one, to be fair. This one's got something different about it. I think it's kind of like Puzzle Bobble, where something's coming down from the top. But I'm not going to talk too much about this. This was my mum's game. You know, she likes puzzle games, so this was one of hers. It's fucking Tetris. I don't know what to say. Next up is the other PS1 game I own that doesn't work. No way, right? It's fucking Tetris. I'm telling you, it's Tetris. It's definitely Tetris. Yeah, next up, the other game I own that doesn't really work. This one does boot up, so it's got that going for it, but yeah. Le Tomb Raider 2. It doesn't work. I was talking about this with a friend at work the other day, actually. She was here in the chat earlier, but, you know, it's late, and not everybody's insane like me. Yeah, so, Brant, I know you like Tomb Raider. I gotta say, back in the day, we didn't like it. You know, the PS1 was sort of mine and my dad's sort of territory back in the day. So he was usually the one buying the games, and he'd heard that these Tomb Raider games were really good. So we bought one, but neither he or I could get into the whole tank control stuff. I think I said on my stream a couple of weeks ago, like, these days, I get it. I've played Tomb Raider 2, I've played Tomb Raider 1, sorry, with the tank controls, and I get it. Like, it's supposed to be played that way. But back then, you know, me and my dad, we played Crash Bandicoot, we played Spyro, we played Rayman. So then when we played this Tomb Raider game, it's like, what the fuck is this? We did not get very far with this at all. I think we got to, is it Venice, the second level, where you're on a boat? That's it. That we played we played the level where you're in her house, and we played the first level where she's in like a mountain, and then there's a level where you're on a boat, and that's it. That's as far as we got. That's kind of where my memory goes with it. It's I will more than likely try these games again at some point properly because of that trilogy collection. That's probably going to be the best way I play them now. So, excuse me. What? We're not far off. Okay, the next the next 4 games here are going to have a very common theme, so I can quickly. Did I do Resident Evil? No, because I've never played them. I never was big on. When I discovered I didn't really like tank controls, I never really went for that. But at the moment, thanks to Goblin Bricks, who was here earlier, he's not here now, I don't think. It's his birthday. Thanks to him, I'm playing the remake of Resident Evil 2. So, there's that. But yeah, that's Tomb Raider. Don't really know much more to say about it other than I guess she was famous for having rather large. Anyway, yeah. So the next 4 games, they're pretty common, and I can pretty much say the same thing for all of them. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Oh, sorry, Tony Hawk's Skateboarding. I've done a video on it, so I don't need to explain it too much. But all 4 of them, I can basically say the same thing. I like that this kind of feels like a 3D platformer. It's like an arcade, move the dude around in a cool way kind of game. But then you also get some really sick music, and it's all like score attack, and it's good. This is a very janky game, but you can get used to the jank. And once I did, I had a lot of fun. Basically, with each of these on the PS1, I'd say I had progressively more fun, but I'd say the best one out of all of them on the PS1 is this one. This is good. The levels in this are great. You've always liked the Tony Hawk games. Only PS1 era Tony Hawk game you still have is Pro Skater 2. Nice. Yeah, I'd say, like, with the other 2 after these, with 3 and with 4, I think the novelty there for me is seeing all of the advanced movement mechanics get like retroactively shoved into the older game engine. Like Pro Skater 4 on PS1, you can do some crazy shit in that game because you can do all the stuff you can do in Pro Skater 4, and it's really fun. But like overall quality wise, it's this one. It's got the best levels. What was the was it revert? No, it wasn't revert. It was manual. You could do a manual in Pro Skater 2, and that was awesome. I might want to check out Dino Crisis 2 and wean yourself onto fixed angles and tank controls like the classic RE games. It's got that, but it's a lot more fast-paced and arcadey. All right, then. I've heard that. One of my friends has told me over the years to play Dino Crisis, but I never did. And it's weird that it's that one series that Capcom just doesn't really do anything with. They did that other dinosaur game, but like it wasn't Dino Crisis. It was kind of weird. Yeah, as for these, anybody that's not played 3 and 4 on PS1, I'd say they're worth a go. They're pretty good. This one's the better quality one, but 4's pretty good. And yeah, I bought all of these. It was quite helpful. People on Patreon, I don't spend the money I get on Patreon straight away. I just kind of leave it there to fester, and yeah, I got all these through Patreon, so that was pretty cool. Okay, we got an absolute banger up next. This is to kind of redeem how crap its sequel was. What was this? Until my video, you didn't know they had PS2 ports. See, now to me, that's odd. I've always figured the PS2 ones were the most well-known ones, but it's one of them, isn't it? If you grew up with it, you grew up with it. It's like me playing Evo's Space Adventures and not knowing there was an N64 version. Yeah, right, here we go. Yeah, the aforementioned banger. It's Toy Story 2, guys. This is a great game. It's kind of like Banjo-Kazooie. You know, you go around and you collect the big old thing, and you help NPCs do things in order to collect the little things. And yeah, the music's great. The graphics are pretty good for a PS1 game, and this is an anomaly in the sense that it's a licensed PS1 game that was, I mean, it's getting another re-release in October. That's crazy. But the fact, like, it just got a standalone PS1 release on PS4 and 5, like every other licensed movie game has died years ago. Like, there's things that aren't even movie games, like Deadpool. You can't buy that anymore. There's so many of these games, but this is eternal. Toy Story 2 will live on forever. Toy Story 2 is going to live on longer than me. It's crazy. Good game, though. It's great. It's like I said earlier, though, the kind of quasi-sequel to this in terms of the game was Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, and I thought that game sucked. So, yeah. Oh, what was this? Hang on. Dino Crisis 3 was set in space. What? Okay. That's weird. You stepped away for a bit earlier. Do I have Disney's action game featuring Hercules? No, I don't. So you didn't miss me talk about it because I don't own that one. I've played it. I might have it digitally on my PlayStation 3. Don't know why I called it by its government name then, my PS3. I might have it on there, but yeah, I've never owned that one. It doesn't look like my kind of thing. I've played it at a friend's house. If I don't own it digitally, I've definitely played it somewhere, but yeah. Don't know, not too sure. Maybe because it's 2.5D. Would I put it under H for Hercules or A for action game? Hercules, I put it under H. It's like every one of these Disney games, it starts with Disney/Pixar, but I'll put that under T because it's Toy Story, It's the King Kong debate as well. Do I put it under K for King Kong, or do I put it under P for Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie? I put it under K for King Kong. Here's another one. Okay, so I haven't played much of this. This is based on War of the Worlds. I believe it's based on... Is it based on the musical, or... Based on the... It is... Okay, so it's based on the album. Okay, yeah. So it's based on the award-winning, internationally best-selling album by Jeff Wayne and the classic science fiction story by H.G. Wells. I haven't played much of this. I can guarantee this is one my dad bought. Because my dad really liked yeah, dude, War of the Worlds was it was like a music thing. There's also a classical music thing. I think it's by someone called Strauss, and it's called The Planets. And each planet has its own music. And my dad had that on CD, and he really liked it. And yeah, I think that's why he bought this. I think. He knew about the radio broadcast. See, I knew about the music. I think more about like the film, like this version of the film that had like the walkers. You've got that other one with Tom Cruise in it, which is it's not bad actually. Yeah, I didn't play much of this. I don't think my dad ended up playing much of this either. I don't know why, but this seems like the kind of game he would have bought for him to check out. So yeah, definitely didn't buy it myself though. I kind of like that pre-owned 100% guarantee, and it's the sticker that's holding the case together because it's cracked. That's kind of funny. The final level track from Ape Escape 3 is Mars from the Planets. There you go. That's the one. My dad had that CD. I probably have it now. And we used to listen to it. It's kind of cool. We did this thing where we'd listen to the whole CD and then draw pictures based on what we think the planets look like from the music. So that was kind of cool. Here's another one. In fact, holy crap, there's 3 in a row here that are basically the same game. Hello, Cartoon Gamer. I've been here for 3.5 hours. I normally only stream for 2 hours. My voice is killing me, but we're almost at the end. Yeah, we got 3 games here that are basically the same, so I can blitz these ones. And it's like Tetris, because I can just tell you what the game is. I'm going to have a drink, have a guess. It's a simple game, and it's late in the alphabet. That's all the time you're getting. Here we go. Right. So in the same way that I put Tetris down and I said, it's fucking Tetris. Here we go. It's fucking Worms. I don't need to explain Worms. I do not need to explain what Worms is. I'm not going to. But yeah, we have Worms, we have Worms Armageddon, and we have Worms World Party. These are basically the same game. I don't know. Oh man, I just remembered. I think it was like last year. I randomly found the manual for Worms World Party in my loft. And it was next to my manual for Earthworm Jim 2, which is here somewhere on my shelf. Yeah, I think is this it? Yeah, when I randomly found my manual for Earthworm Jim 2, and I found both of these in my loft last year, just the manuals. I was like, why the hell have I got 2 worm-themed manuals for games in my loft? It was weird. Yeah, I'm not really sure how come we ended up with 3 of these. The one I played the most was this one. I really liked the original. You can't really go wrong with it. It's a decent multiplayer game. I know they did a couple of 3D games, and earlier on I mentioned Hogs of War, which was like Worms 3D before Worms 3D. Worm-themed gaming. Yeah, I'm sure there's another worm-themed game. Armageddon is your favorite. Armageddon has the coolest music. The theme tune to this kicks ass. I've used that in a video at some point as well. It's like a techno version of the Worms theme. It's great. Worms World Party, I really don't know. I mean, it's just an expansion pack to this one, I think. I don't know. I also own Worms World Party on Game Boy Advance as well. And it takes forever for the AI to decide what it wants to do. Yeah, Worms is a weird one. It's like they've done other Worms games since then, but like I don't think they've ever managed to capture the audience like they did with these. And to this day, I still have Worms Armageddon on my Steam wishlist, so pretty much every time anything is on sale, I'll always get an email telling me that Worms Armageddon is also on sale. I'm like, I'm probably not going to buy it, but it's just there. The console versions are a bit odd, but the PC versions are still getting patches 27 years on. What? Are you telling me I should buy it on Steam? They're still getting patches. Maybe I should buy it then. Here we go. The final game, by the way. Worms Ultimate Mayhem is also really good. It's one of the 3D ones. Yeah, over here it's called Worms 4 Mayhem. And I think I have it. I know this is a PS1 stream, but you know what? Why not? Yep, there it is. Got it. Isn't that one? Is that the one you're referring to? It's got to be. It's called Worms 4 over here. Spoilers for my every PS2 game I own stream. Anyway, here we go. The last game. It's one I don't have much to say because I've barely played it. But here we are. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! This case is absolutely battered, and it's because this was my friend's game. Oh, hang on, let me move these out of the way. This was my friend's game, but he went to a games convention, and there was like a lucky dip bag. You know, you give him £5 and you can take 3 games out of the bag. He already had this game, so when he pulled this broken monstrosity out, he was like, hey, do you want it? And I was like, sure. I played a little bit of it at a friend's house when I was a kid, and all I remember is that you could hold down one of the buttons to watch the card battle take place within the sort of monster universe or whatever. I had Yu-Gi-Oh cards as a kid, but I couldn't tell you a damn thing about Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know. Is Yu-Gi-Oh the name? Is that his name? Is that Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know. No Z. No, we don't have a Z for the PS1. I couldn't even tell you a game on the PS1 that begins with Z. I no idea. I have one for the PS4, so there's that. It's weird because it came out before the official rules of the card game were solidified. Yeah, I've heard that over the years. I think there's a PlayStation YouTuber I watch called Mystic, and I think he's randomly talked about this because he likes Yu-Gi-Oh! I think he said something like that. But guys, that is it. That's every PS1 game I own physically. If I was an absolute madman, I could fire up the PS3 right now and maybe show you some of my digital PS1 games. But I think it's 1:10. I'm kind of done. So that is it. That's all, folks. I don't have any more. That was 78, I think. 78 PS1 games. I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, I did. Oh, it's here. Look, ta-da! 78 PS1. I was gonna count how many demo discs and how many PS2 games, but I never got as far as that. So hopefully this was pretty fun. I think if I do another one of these, the PS2 stream will last nowhere near as long. The one that will last ages would be PS4. I'm kind of scared of how many PS4 games I have. I have a ridiculous amount. I'll have to write it down tomorrow. But yeah, I did it, guys. I randomly decided to do this stream yesterday, and this is what I ended up with. So yeah, a few of you have been here on and off the whole time. Some people left, but it's fine because this stream is going to be available to watch for however long. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, cool. I will check out Dino Crisis at some point, and I will send Spider-Man videos, and I will do all the things I've said I was going to do, including go to bed. So yeah, that was it. We did the thing. I suppose I should mention as well, nobody has to do this, by the way, but I'm in the process of setting up the channel membership thing. I don't really know how that works, but I'm in the process of setting it up. So yeah, that's a thing that I've done. But I'm gonna, Clip Farm. This is gonna be like YouTube Shorts, maybe. I don't know. But until I do something else, I'm gonna set everything up to just outro and get out of here. So take care now, and bye then.